Okay. So several police were attacked when they got to domestic, so the Lancashire. Sprayed with ammonia. One suffered serious injuries to his eyes, throat, and lungs. It's not looking good, from what I'm hearing. Several more were sprayed, taken to hospital. The other 6 suffered less serious injuries and were later discharged from Blackburn Hospital. Now, growing up where I grew up, relations with the police were strained. They were strained. But it's not about that. It's not about what you like or what you hate or they hate us and things. You have to take a fresh look. Every day opens up new challenges for all of us. And you have to just detach yourself from opinions and, but what is it like on the front line? What is it like on the front line? Do they get paid enough for attacks like that? From their perspective, do they get paid enough? And I don't know if the media are overselling the amount of violence in England right now, but it seems like, the way the media would tell it, it's just way more violent than it used to be back in the day. And I actually don't believe it was. I think we have more outlets to talk about it. But we have to be honest. How do you think them policemen are feeling out there? Because look, there's bad policemen and there's good policemen. Yeah. Now, I'm just who I am. I probably think I can handle myself. I can defend myself. I don't need the police. But that's me. But I have older family members who can't afford to fit like me. And if something happens, I am actually relying on the police to bail them out, hopefully, or maybe if there's a citizen kind enough to step in and help them if they're in a compromising situation, I'd be hoping for that. But if you demoralize the police force, then what do you have anything in place to replace it? What does anyone really do? How much of us are really trying to address some of the unsavory elements, community to community? Nothing at all. It's always someone else's job, isn't it? Always someone else's job. What's up with all these ammonia attacks, acid attacks using clean agents? What's up with all that? What's up with that? Why so violent? Why was were the police too heavy-handed with him or something? They caught him anyway. They've caught him. And you might not want to get caught, to be honest with him, And I've seen and lived in situations similar to this. Worse. Dead policemen, murdered in the neighborhood. And it's not like it wasn't draconian enough as it was at the time. That's why the riots started, because of strained relationships between, let's just say, us and them. And after that, it got worse. For a little while, it was kind of like we was living in martial law. Come out my house in the morning, SPG vans just packed up on the road. This was for a long time. For a long time. You know? You get searched randomly. If you had any herb on you or anything, like, you know, you'd be dragged down into the station. Like after the, let's just say insurrection, try and use some different words rather than the emotive ones. After the insurrection, that's what I'll call it, a lot of the youths, like it seemed like half of the immediate area ended up in either Borstal or jail. Yeah. And yes, of course, after a time, you know, you got policemen who go in there with good intentions. But when things like this happen, they think, well, boy, look at the way they respond to us. They're rude to us, trying to help. They're rude to us, you know, they're disrespectful, no cooperation at all. The subculture, there's no snitching thing. They think, well, the public don't care. Why should I care? Slow responses. Some will just turn rogue because it's not like, you know, they can just afford to leave. It's a job. And some will just turn rogue and think, well, you're going to act like a thug. I'm going to act like one too. Difference is, though, I can get away with more than you can. But I guess this guy wasn't thinking that far ahead. I guess he wasn't thinking that far ahead. You know? And don't get me wrong, like, I straddle a difficult line with it. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a rogue cop taking advantage of your position, I have no problem with someone putting a brick in your fucking head and doing what they got to do. I have no problem with that at all. But, you know, no, this we can just do what we like, and then, you know, you expect all your services to run normal after you engage in unacceptable behavior. Yeah, we're supposed to keep the police to a standard, and they do have to be kept in line. But at the same time, throwing acid in the police's face. What's going on there? What's going on? Just gone mad out here. Just gone mad. Just round the corner, just like, I think they arrested the guy. He was just stabbing people randomly. Just stabbing people up. Stabbing. It's madness. Madness, bro. Madness. But yeah, there's already cuts that are affecting the performance of the police force. There's already cuts. And then to have demoralized officers going out there, you know, what is it we expect them to do? I'd like some honest answers, yeah? Like, it's okay saying, well, yeah, these police is bad and they do this and that. But let's have some honest answers with what's going on. Cuts, no cooperation. Like, some police are trying to solve crimes, but they have no chance at all by the time they speak to the public. Public too scared or holding up some street code. I tell you what, man. I tell you what. A few more of these, bro. They'll be bringing in some new laws. A few more incidents like this, yeah. And all that standing up round the corner doing nothing late. Nah, I mean, all of it's gonna stop. All of it is gonna stop, bro. All of it is gonna stop. Too much madness. Too much madness. I don't know why I'm addressing you guys on these stuff, because I don't think most of you are doing none of the madness. So it's not you I really need to address, but you know, I'd like to believe that most of the people listening, you know, are engaging in madness like that. You know, the fuck, man. Gotta try and, you know, live in a harmonious fucking balance, bro. Yeah, big up on Rival Boxing Talk. Del Boy, big up. Tone, what's up? Shizbiz, yeah, man. Get yourselves up. Yourselves up, you know. I mean, what? So, all right, I'd like to ask, in case anyone thinks that I'm going too far, because there's a few in the comment section. Should the police just write it off and just say, oh, let's just get on with life? Or should there be some kind of consequence for that? If you was in the police, would you, and that was your friend that you're walking the beat with, yeah? What would you want to happen? Would you just say, well, he probably deserved it? Is that what they should do? Or should they start making an example to try and protect themselves? Just fair is fair, because that's why, like, you know, what would you do for your own personal safety? You'd be looking out for yourself and those around you. Crazy, bro, crazy. I don't know what he was thinking of. I don't know how people get into big domestics like that either, man. Like, I've never had them really. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm like, some people don't watch the kind of women they're dating, man. It's all right just to randomly sleep with certain women, or if you're gonna be getting into relationships where it's making you violent, I don't know, man. you know, not making you violent, but you're so not compatible that you just brings out the worst in you, and you bring out the worst in them. Crazy. But that's where we are now, man. That's where we are. That's where we are. You know, like, if it's old fashioned, it's all bad, isn't it? Like, you know, you get married, you're a square? It's probably a square, yeah? Probably a square if you have a good marriage and family. You're probably a square these days. I don't know. I don't know. Is this secular culture working? Does it actually work, this secular, you know, culture? Does it actually work? And I don't have a particular denomination of religion. I'm not saying I do. But does this kind of, you know, we laugh at old-fashioned standards, like whether that is based on a religious standard, you know, is it working? Is the question. I mean, like, does it work? No, it doesn't work. That's the answer. It's not working. System ain't really. It's not really working, man. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. You know, immigration. Like, you know, I don't want to go into it because it's very complex. That's not working. It's not working at all. It's not working at all, man. Bit depressing, this video. But I just felt like, my God, people that, like, what it was. I read the story, and I'm thinking people just don't look at the consequences of things. And I'm not a guy. I can't say I'm a guy who I don't have a good relationship with the police. I never have done. But at the same time, I do realize is, you know, I can say F the police, but if things go bad, what do? I don't have a circle of people who can go handle it and look out for the neighborhood. I don't have nothing. And most of us don't. Most of us are doing what we do, and that's fair enough. That's why you pay your taxes, so they'll control all that. And yeah, there's some rotten apples, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't see nothing going to be coming good if these are going to be reoccurring things. You know, I don't see nothing good coming out of it. What's up, McGregor?
Hey, what's up, man? How's it going?
Yeah, not bad. I'm just a bit perplexed why people don't think of consequences and stuff like this, you know. And no, you got it. What you want to say?
I have absolutely no idea what happened because I've been in the gym for about 3 hours. So,
like the police went to sort out a domestic, and they got sprayed with ammonia, man. Like one is seriously injured, lungs, eyes, and everything. Sprayed with ammonia, and he's in really bad condition. They're saying, you know, and you know see because what it is as well, right? Let me just say this, yeah. The police need a certain degree of respect for the public. If they're seeing that, well, we can just spray them up and void them up like they're nothing, then that leaves them as an open target too. So sometimes they might have to, you know, really like, well, we have to kind of show people that no, it's not like that. And when that happens, there can be horrible consequences. Horrible consequences where they are too heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Because all this will tell a thug is, we can just spray ammonia at the police, and before anyone says, you're being an Uncle Tom Big Fist, there's black police officers out there, there's Asian, there's all types of police officers out there from all things. It's nothing to do with being a coon or Uncle Tom. Some of you always go to that. You can't deal with issues as they are, and it always has to come down to your personal insecurity about race, and you can't just discuss the topic. But that's your problem. This ain't cooning. It's not nothing to do with cooning. This is just what do you think they're gonna do? What do you think they're gonna? They have to do something. They can't just leave it like, we can just throw acid in the police face and they're just open and they're just game for it. Nah, there's gonna be like I said before, when the policeman got murdered in the insurrection in the 80s, there were consequences. Yeah, there were consequences for the area. Right?
Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, I don't know exactly what would happen, but normally with domestic cases, the police don't normally get really physical. They try to calm situations down first, from what I know. Like, just haven't seen it. I mean, I don't know what the London police force is like at all. But normally they try to talk things out. I don't know, maybe a police officer was aggressive or something, the person was defending themselves, which happens, but you don't defend yourself with an acid attack.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what exactly was happening in the household or wherever it was. Was it in someone's home or was it on the street or what was it?
I'll assume it must have been in a home. I'll assume so.
Yeah.
Because
for a domestic disturbance, it would normally be a home or someone's.
Yeah. So they escaped for a front window. So yeah, it was a home. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And then they pulled the leg. I'm not saying it was premeditated. I don't know who did it. Was it like between a man and a woman or whatever? Because like I'm trying to paint the picture in my head of what was going on.
Yeah, Toad, listen, I feel for you, bro. Yeah, he once called the police, he says, against his better judgment when his home got burgled. They took no fingerprints and were more bothered about how he could afford his house than investigating the crime. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, they don't help themselves. Trust me on that. No, they certainly don't help themselves. Yeah, yeah, they do all types of fuck shit like that. You know?
I mean, one of the like I've had some run-ins with the police through my life, right? And like in Ireland, being a gypsy with the police is kind of an awkward situation.
Yeah,
I'll just leave it at that. It's not exactly the best position to be in Ireland. Let's just say that, because we're like we're citizens, but we're not citizens because we're under squatter law, and some police officers don't take us under the jurisdiction, others do. So it's kind of awkward. But I remember once the police were called out to one of our family brawls, let's just say, where we had about 4 or 5 different families on site fighting with each other, and they came out, and we all stopped, and one police officer smacked somebody in the back of the head like with a spring baton, like a spring bat,
yeah.
and busted his head wide open. And about 9 people were arrested and put into prison for 7 years for assault on a police officer, even though only one person hit him. Like, I was really young when I saw them. They don't help themselves.
Yeah, no, they don't. They don't. And Tone, I know exactly where you're coming from. I know, big up South London. Oh, what happened? It was in Lancashire. Um, the policeman got sprayed with ammonia, and he's seriously injured, throat, lungs, and eyes, and everything. Seriously injured. And listen, they're just waiting. They're just waiting to make laws. You know, they're just waiting to make laws just to oppress, whether you're Islamic or just a regular citizen or black, or they can specify as well. They just wait. This is what I'm saying. They're waiting to bring in draconian measures, man, to control this shit. You know?
I wouldn't be surprised if something came in like it did in Ireland for about 18 months. Like, when you go back in Ireland, like, remember during the Belfast bombings and the London bombings and everything with the IRA and everything beats?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Irish police officers were armed.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they armed them and they were told to shoot on sight
yeah,
if they felt anything was dangerous. And it's something that isn't really talked about in main media, but let's just say there was about, I don't know, 200 public deaths in the space of 2 months from police officers,
wow, yeah.
which I don't believe there was 200 people conducting terrorism on the streets.
Oh no, that was a good excuse for some road for them to send some road cops out and just do some execution. Basically, that's what that was.
And then they writ it off as it was mostly IRA members and stuff like that. But I'm sorry, I don't get how 18 women were in the IRA when women aren't allowed in the IRA.
Yeah.
So, but they were wives. They weren't in the IRA. Yeah. So police officers for years haven't helped themselves.
No, they certainly haven't helped themselves. We have to be honest. They haven't helped themselves. Like some of their tactics. No, I'm not going to go into all the stuff that I've seen and been through. I'm not going to do that. But they certainly ain't helped themselves. And anyone saying, I listen. Anyone who says they don't want to call the police, I'm with you. I'm right with you. I know exactly why you're saying that and why. Yeah. I know why.
But the other thing is, it's not all of them. That's the thing. Some of them are actually good. Some of them are actually worthwhile. It's just some of them are cunts and others aren't. And I know some people think that all of them are, because that's probably the situations you've been in. But I've actually seen a police officer walk up to somebody on the street. This is probably the best instance I've ever seen. And within 2 weeks, have them housed and sheltered because they were homeless. Like, that's probably the best thing I've seen. Like, actually have them homed, have them helped, and all these sort of things. Like, I do see it. in odd occasions with different police officers, you see them actually doing their jobs. You
Yeah.
also see them helping the public, but you also see others not. It's really difficult because it's all a question of integrity and morality with these police officers. Because some of them might go in there because they're power hungry. You know, it's really hard to pinpoint exactly. I think there should be more stringent testing. In all honesty,
Well, if you're talking about London, how can they stringently test them when they've got a shortage as it is? They've got a shortage of police officers. They may have to make cuts. So.
I mean, is that a shortage because of the amount of people applying to be police officers?
No,
Because
cuts.
apparently, I thought it was a shortage due to budget.
No, from what I heard, yeah, well, cuts, yeah. That's good. Budget cuts, isn't it? Cuts would
So
be.
that's not really a systemic like check problem. That's more so a government funding issue.
Yeah, it's a funding issue. Yeah, it's a funding issue, basically. Yeah.
And for me, that falls in line with the government because there needs to be more protection for people, especially nowadays. Things are crazy nowadays.
SSB, you asked a good question. Are police in the UK allowed to carry guns? For some reason, people say, oh, they're not. Yes, they do. Certain patrol units do have guns in there. Yes, they do.
Yeah, it's called the Armed Protection Unit.
Yeah.
The APU. And if an APU is called out to something, it's for something serious.
They do. They don't walk on. They don't walk the beat. You know, they don't even walk the beat round. You know, I don't see no police. You see them some of the what they call I can't remember. They're not even full police. I can't remember what they call them. You see them officers, but you don't see no police walking the beat. You don't see none at all. You know. Christian Lewis says he's never seen a Chinese police officer. He lives in London. Just saying. I don't think I've seen many police, Chinese police either.
When I lived in Stevenage for a year, I saw 2 Asian police officers, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever because they were about 6'3", and I was cracking up.
Just APU, SSB, yeah, just APU. Tony says, I pay taxes, I'm law abiding, however, I would seriously think about calling the police for anything due to negative experiences I've had with them in the past. Yeah, listen, man, like, just, I'm with you. I mean, like, I've had horrible experiences with them. I'll be honest with you. Horrible. Absolutely dreadful. You know? Absolutely dreadful. But at the same time, if we were not to have them, what would happen? It would just be chaos, wouldn't it? Really? I mean, people would just be literally kicking off people's doors and just taking their stuff out of their house. You know what I mean? That's what it would be. BG London, what area was that? Lancashire. Yeah, that's the problem. That is the problem. And like we've said, there are good police officers as well. You know, there are good police officers, and we certainly don't want to be turning them into, you know, people who don't care no more and don't respond to situations and turn into rogue cops, basically. You know what I mean? That's something we definitely don't want. You know, want to try and prevent. And incidents like this, I mean, because listen, they have to go to lunch now, and look at our colleague, man. He just tried to do good, and like it's demoralizing. And then remember, there's no rest for them. They got to go out on the front line as usual. That's not easy, because if I was the policeman, right, and my brethren and a fellow, my colleague had ammonia sprayed in his face in hospital in a really bad way, and I'm going out there, man,
You're gonna be pissed.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna be pissed, man. You want me just to do my job, you know, like nothing happened? It's not that easy. That's what I'm saying. Listen, it's not that easy. It really isn't that easy. Not that easy.
And what happens if, let's say, right, let's say you've worked with the guy who got sprayed in his face, right? Let's say you've worked with him for about 5 years. You know his wife, you know his kids,
Yeah,
you know his family, you know what he's doing. He's talked to you about certain things because that happens at work. People talk about things, talk about their lives. And I'd say it's even more common in the police force. And let's say you go out there and you know the motherfucker who did it,
yeah,
and you see him. That could end very badly.
yeah. Of course. That's it. I mean, like taking justice into our own hands. Where does that leave us? You know, that's the thing. And maybe like, listen, eventually that's gonna be the only solution, I guess. You know, if the cuts get worse, because there isn't actually no deterrent present of deterrence. There's so little police on the road. You know, there was so little. Kama, he said, I wouldn't ring the police off either. I remember when he remembers when he was 12 and got his bike stolen. They tried their hardest to put the blame on him and not actually pursue his expensive bike being stolen. Yeah. Yeah, they did the same when I got burgled the other year. You know what I mean? Um, and like, I don't know, they were just a bit off. They were just a bit off, you know. I don't want to go and discuss everything. They
I
don't,
mean,
what?
when I was younger, we got burgled,
Yeah,
and I remember because my mum, she's not a gypsy, right? She's like Irish. My dad's gypsy. Anyway, they were up at the house or the home anyway, and they were talking to me mum, and one police officer took her to the side and said, "Now I'm gonna ask you a serious question. Did your husband or any of your friends do this as a joke so that you could claim the insurance money?"
wow.
My mum looked at him, and she could have gone to prison for this, and she just slapped him.
Yeah.
But they
Crazy.
were rushed off site immediately by my dad and like my uncle. Like they were told to get the hell out of here. We're not having that because like everything was taken, man. Our chairs were taken, our TV was taken. The police said that it was an attempted, it was a fake burglary. Blah 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 blah. We were trying to claim insurance. My dad eventually won the case because like he was able to prove where he was at the time and where all of his friends were as well,
But
and they were all
why would he just come to that conclusion that it was me? He's sure.
because that I don't like using the term, but that's the demograph.
All right.
I don't like using it, but that's a real thing, especially with law.
Yeah. Sad. SSB, can you get charged for slapping a police officer?
Yes, it's assault. It's assault and battery on a fucking police officer. She could have been charged. She could have done 15 years for that, but she wasn't.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you, if that had have been my dad's sister, she would have been.
I mean, it is frustrating. It's frustrating dealing with them. Like last time, I didn't get nothing stolen. I don't know what happened, man. They just kicked all the locks off the door. So it seemed like it was something personal. I mean, and like when I phoned them, they were asking, "What? Oh, well, why do you keep knives in your bedroom?" Stuff. Like, what do you mean? Why I carry knives? I mean, what do you think? Why do you think I keep them?
It's to protect yourself.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, if a police officer came into my bedroom, I'd be fucked. Even though I'm legally allowed to carry a gun because I have a gun license, I've got two guns under my pillow.
Right.
But then again, I live in an area that's kind of dangerous.
Oh,
Well,
you're allowed to carry guns in Ireland?
if you can pass system checks and get a gun license and stuff like that, you're legally allowed to conceal carry. I went through the testing, which takes 4 years. Yeah,
Okay.
it takes a long time. You need to pass a lot of checks for this piece.
Right. Right. I didn't realize that, man. Yeah. Well,
But yeah, Ireland you can legally conceal carry, but it's not like America where you can kind of like they do a tiny miniature background check on you depending on the state, and then boom, Like, this took 4 years.
Fucker asked me why I've got 2 mountain bikes. 'Cause I've got 2 fucking mountain bikes, that's why. You know what I mean?
You like to cycle?
Huh?
You probably like to cycle. That's probably the main
Oh,
reason.
yeah. Why I've got 2 mountain bikes. That's what he asked me. I said, yeah, 'cause I've got 2, innit?
I've got 2.
I said, you want to see the receipts? He said, no.
The reason I have 2 is because, like, let's say, like, I'm cycling because I can't afford me petrol, right? Let's say one of them has a puncture in it and I can't repair it because I'm late for work. I'll get on the other one.
But that's it. You know what I mean? It's just transport, exercise, whatever. I got 2 mountain bikes, so what? Yeah.
What brand are they, mate?
I've got a Carrera, and the other one I'm not even too sure.
Fair enough. I've got 2 Giants. I love my Giants, man. Don't know what it is. Guess it's just comfort.
Yeah. So they do not help themselves.
There's a negative stigma attached to the police, which, in all honesty, can only be put down to how some of them have acted or portrayed themselves through the years. There really needs to be some type of, like, understanding or some type of, like, police in your area between people and stuff, a better, like, community, the way there was, like, in the early 30s, if you know what I mean. There needs where the police knew everybody and everybody knew the police,
Well, that's
to
the
some
thing.
extent.
If you come to London, the problem is that
That's impossible.
if you come, like, a lot of the police patrolling the streets in London, they don't live in the area. They live in flipping Hertfordshire and, you know, just off the borders. So they don't give a fuck about the area. I don't blame them, really. I don't blame them, because they're thinking, boy, I'm not going to get involved in some of that. You know? I mean, I can understand they just want to get their paycheck and go on, but that's no good for the community. That ain't no good for the community. It's good for them, you know? I've seen the police, man, like, years back in the 90s. One guy, he had a black guy, and this big fucking joint in his mouth. He looked a bit like, you know, a bit of a hard nut. And he just walked past these 2 officers, and they did nothing. They did nothing at all. Nothing. I'm looking at them and saying, well, you ain't going to do that. They did nothing. And he just smoked his joint and walked down the street. Man.
I know somebody who the police know and have seen drug dealing and everything like that, and they won't go near him. Do you know why, Beats?
Paid off. Probably.
Nope, not even paid off. If they don't have him in prison and in jail, if they try to make an arrest within 24 hours, the police in our area are all getting killed. Every last one of them.
Right. Where's this guy? Who is he?
In my area, he's the leader of the biggest gang in Ireland. And people might be like, "Oh, there's no gangs in Ireland." Trust me, there fucking is, and it's not a joke. Some serious shit.
Everywhere.
Some serious shit.
Why do people think, oh, these area? Oh, it's just my area. Whose island got gangs?
Like, I remember somebody saying, "How can you have gangs in potato fields?" to me, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, Ireland actually, that's crazy, man. I mean,
That's actually funny.
it is funny. It is funny. I'm not gonna joke, but all I'll say is that this dude, I've sat down with him and stuff, and he's shown me his offshore bank accounts and stuff. He has over 1.2 billion euro.
Yeah.
This isn't a small criminal circuit. Like, this is probably 80% of the drugs in Ireland, and they ship a lot of cocaine across Europe.
Yeah.
A lot of coke. And
yeah.
coke's where the money's at, right?
Well, see, and see, the thing is, all right, there might be fear of reprisals, but trust me, the reason they ain't doing that, some of the police have been paid off to let him do that as well. If he's earning that kind of money.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure some of them have been. I'm sure some of them have been.
Yeah, turn a blind eye. You know what I mean? Because the way they see it, it's better just to have that gang there controlling it rather than a turf war with a whole load of them.
Yeah. Like, we've talked about me studying, like, accountancy and stuff like that in the past, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I know this is because this guy wanted me to help him get away with tax evasion.
Yeah.
And I'm sure maybe I shouldn't do it, but at the end of the day, he told me about it. He showed it. It's either look, I help him, or there's a possibility I'm in trouble with him. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I took the money and I told him how to do tax evasion in this situation, and I walked. That was that. Not really proud of it, but like, it's not like I'm out there killing people or doing anything on the streets. I just gave him one way to do tax evasion, and I haven't spoken to him since.
But how do you really do that? You have to know somebody, really. You have to know some inside, people to really pull that off. You know what I mean? You can't. I mean, like, to do it properly anyway, tax evasion.
There are ways to do tax evasion in Ireland where you don't need to know anybody.
What, offshore accounts you're talking about?
Well, not just with offshore accounts. There's actually ways of having your money gross in a bank because of our system and how it works. Our system is culminated to businesses, right, Beats? So if you have a certain section of money, you only need to pay a certain amount of tax. For example, I don't know if you heard about Google and Starbucks and everything. They based their tax payments and everything headquarters in Ireland because it was the lowest rate of tax in the world, even lower than the Cayman Islands.
Okay. Right.
So if you're bringing in a certain amount of money and you're able to land point that to a certain extent, you're only taxed at 1%. So I showed them how to do that.
Okay. What did you get for that?
Well,
no, don't say. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say the money, but let's just say on €400 a week, I couldn't afford the car I have. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah. Christian Lewis, too much boxing at the weekend. Which promo company has the best fights? Matchroom, Top Rank, or the PBC? For me, this weekend alone, I'd have to say the PBC is like it's free. ITV4, Garcia versus Granados. I don't know who else is on it, but the Top Rank they've got. Well, in the UK, BT is pay per view. Top Crawford and Khan is pay per view, and it's £20, and it's going to be on roughly the same time the PBC card is. So
I'm watching the PBC card, folks.
Oh fucking yeah!
I have a choice between paying £20 to see Amir Khan and Terence Crawford. I mean, the undercard isn't even that great, but although to be fair, in my opinion, I think the best fight on that card is actually on the undercard. But that's beside the point. You know what I mean? I'll watch the PBC card.
Shakur Stevenson?
No, Teofimo Lopez against Edis Tatley. I think he's having a real step up.
Okay. I heard Stevenson's opponent is supposed to be a step up for him.
Yeah, they're saying that. I've seen him fight. He's not bad. I think he's 24-1, Christopher Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. But so is Tatley. I mean, Tatley is a two-time European champion. He lost once via very controversial split decision. And to give you an idea, I gave him 10 rounds to 2. So that'll give you an idea on how controversial that was. And when he fought at world level against Abril for the world championship, he lost via a tight decision, and I had the fight 1 point up for Tatley. So Tatley's a former world title contender. He's a 2-time European champion, and he's beaten some good guys out there.
Yeah.
So Tio, it's not. He's gone from Magdaleno to Tatley. That's a massive step up because Tatley can box. That's the key thing here. He's fighting someone who can box, not someone who's just going to stand there. He's going to fight someone who feints and stuff beats. Someone who's very herky-jerky. His style's really awkward and loose.
That guy's not going to beat Lopez, though.
Well, we don't know how good Lopez is, really. We don't. And this, like, he's fighting. Some people were saying, "Oh, this guy ain't gonna beat Lewis Ritson." Lewis Ritson looked very dynamic, and then boom.
Tell me you're not comparing Lewis Ritson to to Lopez.
I'll tell you what. If Teofimo Lopez dominates Edis Tatley, I'll eat horseshit. Right? I'll eat crow for everybody. I've no problem doing it. I don't. If he dominates him, I'll say, "Yo, he's actually the real deal." But he's beaten nothing but tomato cans. And I mean very, very bad fighters. Mason Maynard ain't good. Magdaleno ain't good. These are people who've never beaten anybody.
That is
any
true.
note.
Yeah, that is true. His level of opposition has been pretty poor. That is very true.
And now he's fighting against a two-time European champion, former world title contender who arguably won and should be undefeated.
Yeah, but they wouldn't have stepped him up if he wasn't ready. I think he's ready for this, though.
I think they believe they're ready, but I don't know how much they know about Tatley. That's the thing. Tatley's a fighter who I've been listening to hardcore say they know nothing about, all over YouTube. Meanwhile, I'm here like, how does nobody know him?
I don't know.
The guy who beat Ritson, Tatley beat.
Okay.
So the guy who beat him, Tatley beat him. I know he lost to him via a split decision, but like I said, I had that 10 rounds to 2 beats.
Ritson is extremely limited, though.
I know he's extremely different, but
I watched Ritson last time out, and I don't know if he's found his limit. He needs a whole load of work. He needs so much work.
I'm not comparing them to Teo, but what I am saying is there could be a possibility here that Tatley's going to have an awkward fight. A very awkward fight.
All right. And that's not a bad thing. That's not such a bad thing.
I mean, I felt the exact same way about Sergio Garcia against Ted Cheeseman, if you remember.
Yeah.
That this was going to be tough because we haven't seen Teofimo on the back foot. We haven't seen him in there with somebody who has feet.
Yeah, he put in a clinic, man. That guy beat Ted.
And Tatley fights quite similarly to Sergio Garcia. He's got a prodding jab. He throws a lot of feints and he can move on the back foot.
Well, like guys like Magdaleno, they were just, putty in my guy's hands. They presented no angles or no real boxing. He just tried to be tough. That's all Magdaleno tried to be. And you can be as tough as you want. When you're getting hit by someone who can punch with regularity, you're going over. You're going over.
Maybe I'm being too harsh, by the way, on Teo, by the way. Maybe I am. Because I don't like it when I hear people saying that this guy would... People are literally saying he will beat Lomachenko. Like, based off of what they've seen so far. I'm like, I can't understand why anybody would say that. Like, I don't know if he could beat Crawler, man. I don't. I haven't seen any proof of it yet. Crawler would beat the crap out of Magdaleno and Mason Maynard.
That's the thing, man. Like, you see people are critiquing Crawler and like, Lopez is cherry picking. Well, it's a mandatory. And Crawler hasn't been stopped for 7 years. For 7 years, he hasn't been stopped.
Was the last time he was stopped against Derry Matthews?
Yeah. Yeah, and see
that's
in the
way
rematch,
back.
Yeah, and he went the distance in the rematch, which shows improvements. He's quite a durable guy, So if I tell you what, here's the problem I have. If Crawler had fought anybody else, nobody would have complained because it was Lomachenko. It was kind of, how can you fight someone like that? If
I don't think anybody would have complained if it was Richard Comey against Crawler and it was a mandatory.
No, they wouldn't. They wouldn't have said nothing. They wouldn't have said anything at all. And they would have bigged up Comey if he looked good, And if it was quite a tough fight, they would have said, this was a good learning experience for him or something. But
and in all honesty, if you look at Colby's resume, if he were to fight Crawler, would you put Crawler at his top 5 opponents?
No, he'd have to be up there. It wouldn't be one of the worst. It'd have to be up there.
Like, I'm not overrating Crawler by any means. He's an alright fighter. That's it.
Former world champion. That's what he was mandatory. The former world champion. You
He's
know?
fought at every level.
Yeah, that's right.
And he's beaten some good guys out there. I mean, he's beaten I mean, people won't realize or understand, but Derry Matthews was an absolute banger back then. He
Yeah,
could hit really hard, man. He knocked out some good guys. And he's beaten the likes of Ricky Burns and everything, man, and Barbosa. And Barbosa was feared for a little bit.
that's
Do you
right.
remember that beat?
Listen, everyone was saying Barbosa was going to kill this guy, Cruller. They were. They were. Right? And he dealt with him. He beat Darlis Perez and got robbed. Yeah? I think he beat him in a rematch and won the title. So, you know, he went the distance with Linares twice. You can't say he's that bad. I mean, how much fights has Lomachenko had? What fight was that? 13th fight?
Something like that, 13th, 14th fight.
Come on, man. Like, people are very I think just unfairly critical of the guy now. And there's no harm being critical, no harm talking about the politics in boxing. But when you're being unfair, that's just that's not fair.
The only thing I'll say, like, about Loba for sure is that we can all tell, and if we're being honest, he's very difficult to beat.
Who's that? Yo, what's up?
Lomachenko is extremely difficult for anybody to beat.
Well,
the angles he has, his combinations he has, his feet. He's an extremely good fighter.
I'm sure I think there are fighters out who could test him, but they're not testing themselves, so we would never know. What's up, Chris? What's going on?
What's up? How you doing?
Yeah, man. Just here, man, chilling, talking some boxing.
Okay.
I'm talking some boxing, man. So what you up to?
I just got back working on some things.
Oh, yeah,
How y'all doing today?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just we were talking about a few things like the policeman got acid thrown in his face in England.
Well, yeah, I seen that thing. Somebody's son got beat up. I seen that thing you posted on Facebook.
Yeah, that was fucking horrible, man. In Surrey.
Was his nose got that big? They broke his nose. They had to break their nose.
Yeah. They beat this Asian kid. They beat the fuck out of him, man.
Well, they beat him because he was Asian or something.
Well, that's what it said, but you know, like, yeah.
Where did this happen at?
In Surrey. It's just on the outskirts of London.
Okay.
Horrible.
That was a bad ass whooping. It had to be more than one person to beat him like that.
Oh yeah, it was a few of them. They're stomping in his head, man. Like the man went out for a drink, man. Left out where they left 1:30 or wherever it was, and man, horrible story, man. Horrible.
Yeah. Like I tell people, you gotta be careful. You gotta grow in groups when you go out nowadays.
Yeah, I think that's the truth. You know, I think that is the truth. Yeah, I think you have to kind of be in a group or have something on you. But even if you had something on him, what would that have done him unless he had a gun?
Yeah, right. Because knife, you ain't gonna. If it's 15 people, knife or 10 people, knife ain't gonna really work.
No, it's not really gonna work, man. Not really gonna work. You know? Yeah, crazy. But what can you do, man? What can you do? Yeah. Just becoming a very violent society, man. Maybe the police or the media are overselling it. Maybe they're just overselling it, but it just appears that there's a lot of horrible behavior out there. Bad behavior. Okay, where are we at with the boxing? Serious questions. How long before we get Spence versus Andrade? Man, look.
That's a serious question. One's at 160, one's at 147.
That dude ain't gonna stay 147 that long. I looking at his body. He ain't gonna stay at 147. I say he got another year at 147.
I'll just say it like this: one's with the Zone, one's with the PBC. That's already a very big stumbling blockade. The other big blockade, if we're being perfectly honest, is neither guy has fought. Spence has fought against Brook, but since then he hasn't fought anybody properly. And Demetrius Andrade isn't exactly pointing the best competition either. So
he need to be fighting
good luck
Triple G.
making that
That's who
fight.
he need to be fighting, Triple G.
I don't think we'll ever see that fight, if I'm being honest.
No, let's be fair. Let's be fair on Andrade. He just recently won the title. Billy Joe Saunders took the PEDs. The African brother came in, the replacement. He beat him soundly, fought him a couple of times. And then Akarvov was the first defense. Akarvov, in my opinion, beat Billy Joe Saunders. So, it's not like I'm not going to accuse Demetrius of ducking and dodging.
His best opponents
I know why he called out though Errol Spence though, because you remember like Errol Spence did the same thing Triple G beats. To be fair, you remember when Triple G said he'll fight the light heavyweights?
Yeah.
Errol Spence got a video up saying he'll go up and fight Canelo and all this. So why not? The dude called him out. You go up and fight a middleweight. I'll fight you. I got a belt. Why not?
If Mikey can jump up to fight Errol, why can't Errol fight someone heavier?
Yeah, because Errol
I would love to see him go up there and fight Andrade. It's just I don't think it'll ever happen.
My problem is I was listening to Terence Crawford, and he said, "I want to be undisputed champion." Like, I've got to be honest. When's the last time a PBC 147-pounder said, "I want to be undisputed"? Even just said it.
I heard Errol say it before, but you got to fight.
I know that Keith Thurman said it a good few times coming up.
Yeah, he said it too. Sean Porter
I
also
haven't heard him
said
say it in about 3 or 4 years.
Sean Porter said that too, Beats, but they ain't fighting each other.
It's sad what's happening over in American boxing, the way they're not fighting. It's kind of sad. Kind of sad. You know why? I'm used to seeing all the fights, man.
You know how thing gonna happen, Beats?
What's that?
I think pretty soon them guys gonna get tired of not getting certain fights. I think somebody's gonna leave somebody hanging.
Man,
I see that happening.
They're just not hungry. I don't think the boxers over there are as hungry as they used to be.
Yeah, because they're getting overpaid too.
Yeah, that's right. They're getting paid a lot of money.
If I'm making $5 million, and I'm fighting this dude, like I'm like, hey, he paying me well. I ain't gotta fight it because it's some money. They only can if I'm getting paid. As long as they getting the amount of purses. When you start messing with that money, I think we're gonna get some fights.
Yeah, I mean, look at Julian Jackson fighting, man. Fucking Henry Graham, Terry Norris, McClellan twice.
Yeah, that era gone. That era gone. We ain't gonna never get that era back.
Yeah, them guys were crazy back then, man. Imagine fighting McClellan twice.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Going the era under there too, Beats a little bit under there, like Trent, like what's his name? Fernando Vargas, late 90s to early 2000s. He fought damn Winky Wright, Trinidad, and Oscar.
Yeah.
And Ike Cortez and Mosley almost damn near back to back.
Yeah, he did. Vargas fought everybody, bro. Vargas fought everybody. He did.
We ain't gonna.
That's why he talk. That's why he talk like that too.
Yeah, he's paid for it. He's paid for it.
Yeah, he paid for it, but he fought everybody. You can't say he ducked nobody.
Nah, he paid for it now. Yeah, he paid for it. If you fight, you get injured. If you fight that hard, you get injured.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said Eubank versus Charlo, make it happen now. Would you guys like to see Eubank Charlo?
Yeah, I'll pay for it. 160. Why not? They should make that fight. Since he can't fight none of the other guys, I'll pay for Eubank. I'll watch that fight. Hell yeah. Whoever said that, I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
That was Mr. Avo, I think.
Mr. Avo, I agree with you. Since he's fighting over the PBC, make that fight happen. Hell yeah.
Yep. I like it.
That's actually a really good fight, and honestly, that'd probably end up either on ITV4 or ITV pay-per-view. To be honest, I think they might, but I would buy it. I'd buy that.
I really like that fight, though. I really like that fight.
Yeah, I'd buy it. I'd take the 1999. There you go, Al.
Yeah, that's actually like, in a weird way, I actually prefer that to the Eubank the Gale fight.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't know, it's kind of a coming to the end for the Gale. I don't know how competitive this fight truly will be, blah, 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 blah. This is two guys in their prime. And Eubank's resume is actually really good, win or lose. If you look at it, it's actually really good.
Yeah,
it's funny.
He is pretty good. It's not as bad.
Like, he's got the Gale, Arthur Abrahams, George Groves, Billy Joe Saunders on that shit, man. Win or lose, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Avni Yildirim, who just most people believe beat Darrell. Like, and he knocked him out, spark out in one round.
Yeah.
Or 2 rounds or something. That was like an amazing knockout. Holy crap.
Yeah. That's his career best performance, that one there.
Yeah, in terms of the knockout, I still think I love the way he performed against the Galeman. I don't know. I thought it was the most measured, relaxed, professional performance he's ever done.
And what about this, fellas? Jared Hurd talking about one fight. He only doing like one more fight in 154. He can fight Charlo too. Then if he going to 160.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Him against Charlo's a great fight up there at 160.
Yeah, they got a few options they can do.
The only thing I don't like about that is one more fight. Who's that one more fight going to be? I personally want to see him go for the unification of all the belts.
Okay.
But that ain't gonna happen. Oscar ain't gonna let Munguia fight Hurd, is he?
Munguia, he got beat by Paul Hogan to me.
Yeah, I came in. I was saying that the other night that there was controversy. I had Hogan.
He was a robbery. He got his ass beat. You see that fight, Beats?
What fight's that?
What's his name?
Munguia versus Hogan.
Oh, yeah. Paul Hogan's son whooped his ass.
Yeah.
I remember coming in, Beats, you were just waking up in the hangout because like there was so many fights going on. And I remember saying to you that I think Munguia ain't ready. Munguia just robbed Hogan.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe Hogan had footwork. Hogan was dancing on Munguia.
He can fight, man. He can fight, but like I remember before the fight took place, somebody was saying to me, you should put money on Hogan. And I was like, I ain't taking that bet. Munguia's going to start
Shout out to B Marsh. I like this video, too. He said Munguia ain't going to have that belt long.
Oh, is that what you said, yeah?
Yeah.
That's if he fights anybody.
Because I don't know where you were rating Hogan. He's not one of the top guys, is he?
Well, we don't actually know that. Now all we know is that he's capable of beating a guy like Munguia. So we know that he's probably a top 15, top 10 guy now. But before that, we didn't.
I don't see how they gave the decision. I don't see what Munguia did to keep his belt.
He's employed by Golden Boy and he's on the zone.
Yeah, that shit was a robbery.
Sad.
Somebody gonna have to knock him out. I can see that now.
I'll tell you now, if Hogan had power, he would have knocked him out.
Yeah, he would have knocked him out because he was 10 off on his faith.
I've never rated Munguia anyway, so it's no shock.
Same.
Yeah.
And then he looked bad against Anui too. He's not gonna have that belt long.
Yeah, you wouldn't have thought so. Thought so.
He's still very young and very green, and maybe in the future he'll be better. But
he
right
can't
now,
fight though. He can't fight McGregor. He can't fight. He just got his belt from beating up a blown up 147 pounder. He can't beat none. He's gonna lose that belt.
No, if they match him, what I mean, if they match him carefully till he gets a Mando.
They talking about putting him in one of Triple G's and Canelo's future opponents. They both gonna knock him out.
Yeah, Triple G.
Oh yeah.
If Triple G can't out Munguia, he needs to retire.
Yeah.
I actually think he would, because the one thing I was thinking is anybody with real power. That's the one thing Hogan doesn't have, Chris, is he can't punch.
Yeah.
He doesn't have much power.
Triple G gonna put that boy in the morgue, Beats.
Hogan was snapping his neck back, Beats. Anybody with power would have floored him about 5 or 6 times.
And he ain't got no head movement or nothing. He gonna get caught flush.
Yeah, he's not that impressive, is he? He's not that impressive.
Nah, I don't see how he want to talk. He's gonna lose that belt to somebody. He might not even make it to a Triple G if he keep fighting.
I'll tell you right now. I think Andrade would spark him out. I think Jacobs would spark him out. Any of these guys
You
at
ain't gotta go.
160.
You ain't gotta go that world class. He's gonna lose to somebody else.
Actually, at 144, yeah. All the two world champions beat him. Harrison would dance circles around him.
Yeah.
He would make him look rank amateur. And Jarrett Horde, he's just a way better version of Munguia. Way better version.
Chitty Harrison would beat him. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think Munguia would land on him, man. He doesn't have great jab. He doesn't have a jab. Let's just start with that. He doesn't have a jab. He's gonna get touched up in the jab contest.
Well, I seen beats. He's the the world champion. He's the weakest.
The weak link, yeah.
Yeah. If he had trouble with Paul Hogan, he ain't beating no damn Harrison.
Yeah.
I mean, Harrison just beat Jermell Charlo.
Yeah.
Like, Harrison was beating Jarrett Horde before he got sparked. Harrison can fight. He ain't terrible. Like, I see that he's better for sure than Munguia. I can see that a mile away. He's just a much better boxer.
Shame we ain't gonna get the match, man.
Yeah, we'll never get that match. We'll never get any of these matches that we want to see.
Yeah, that's what is pissing me off about boxing, man. I'm not no unification.
Did you see that Katie Taylor's fighting Daphne Pursuam for the undisputed world title?
I'm not that interested. I'll watch it when it comes on, probably, but I'm not peeking the radar. I'll be honest with you.
It's on the Joshua undercard.
Okay, that's nice.
Hey, I want to ask y'all something about Clarissa Shields because she's not signed to nobody. Because I seen her fight on ESPN, The Zone. She fought on and Showtime. How's her contract?
I have no idea.
Free agent, I guess. Anywhere the wind blows.
Yeah, because she was on the.
I mean, anywhere the wind blows, Clarissa. That's what she is.
Because she was on one of the big Baby Miller cars.
She was.
Yeah.
He had a car? I never realized he had a car.
Oh, last year.
Against Adamak.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He also had a card against Bogdan Dinu, didn't he?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. I'm pretty sure he's headlined 2 cards for the Zone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got 2 cards.
Probably the main reason for that is because they were advertising him as a fighter for a potential opponent for Joshua.
And Wilder.
Well,
realistically, Joshua, because that's the fight we got.
Not really Wilder on the Zone, because, I mean...
I know. I'm just saying, though, name the people he called out.
Yeah, like...
Let me check if he was the headline on the Bogdan Dinu card event.
I think he was the headline on the Adamak.
Adamak was. Apparently, Brandon Rios and Alvarez was the main event.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even remember watching that fight. I think I turned it off after Miller Dino.
I did.
Oh, that's the one. Isn't that the fight where Eddie was saying most of the audience left after the Miller fight against Dino? Yeah. And against Thomas Adamak, main event. Was he the main event? Oh, no, he wasn't. But he kind of was because so many people left that as well. The main event was actually Vargas Delorme.
Because you ain't going to bring Brandon Rios to New York. He ain't no East Coast fighter.
Yeah. Let's have a look at how this card is looking. What have Sky Sports got on the card? Right, so they have Callum Smith against the TBA. So, they've Katie Taylor for the Undisputed against Delphine Persoon. Kalia Foy versus Norberto Jimenez. Kell Brook against TBA. Buatsi TBA. Josh Kelly TBA.
good in the UK, but it's no good in America.
No, it's good in the UK though.
Yeah, it's on Sky. It's good,
especially if Callum Smith has an alright opponent. It's actually really good.
Yeah, but Americans don't know none of them people there.
I still don't. I don't. Maybe I'm gonna. I'm not a big overall fan of like women's boxing in general, but I have zero idea why Katie Taylor's on an undercard in America for the Undisputed Championship. She could sell out an arena here in Ireland.
How much time did she fought in Ireland?
They haven't fought her here. They haven't put her here. I don't get that. She, outside of Conor McGregor, she's our most famous person. People love her here, man. Like, love her. Do you know what it's like to be an Olympic gold medalist in Ireland? We don't get Olympic golds in Ireland.
What about that? What that guy? What's the guy that fought the kid fight from Top Rank? Ain't he from Ireland?
Mick Conlon, but he's from Northern Ireland. I'm talking the Republic of Ireland.
Oh, okay.
Although he did represent Ireland, like whatever. It's not the same thing as having a girl who's literally from just outside of Dublin, as it is for someone who's got like a different elite. It's a very awkward subject. That one. It's one of these things. It's like he's from the north. He represented Ireland because he's Catholic. You can make your choice between the UK or Ireland. You can have both passports if you want. But it's one of these things where, like, if you're up north, most people in the Republic of Ireland don't consider you from Ireland as such.
Yeah,
they consider you your own country. So, whereas Katie Taylor, she's from the Republic of Ireland. We don't win Olympic golds, Chris. I don't know if you know much of our Olympic history, but let's just say she's probably one of 12 people in our entire history to win an Olympic gold medal in any sport.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
They marketing your guy like he's an Ireland guy, like they fight him on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, but that's their prerogative. They can do that. He represented Ireland. He looks at himself as Irish, so I'll say he's Irish, right? But in the Republic of Ireland itself, not that many people really are big on Mick Conlon. Katie Taylor's way bigger than him. Way bigger.
Yeah.
To put it into perspective, when she won Olympic gold medal, when she went to O'Connell Street, which is the main street in Dublin, when she came back with that medal, there were more people there to see Katie Taylor than there were people there to see the Pope.
Yeah. Big out there, man. Big. I wonder why they haven't made no events for over there then.
I don't know, man, but I've seen Facebook petitions of over 400,000 people in Ireland looking for Katie Taylor to fight here. I believe if she was fighting Defy in person, she could probably sell out the Aviva Stadium. Not even joking. You put on a good undercard under her, a good load of Irish fighters, random Irish fighters. You can put on Quigley, you can put on Mick Conlon. You get all these people under her. I'm telling you right now, she's selling out 70,000 seats in Irish. 100%.
That's serious, man.
My great grandmother knows who Katie Taylor is.
Yeah.
That was then she's big like Trinidad was when Tito was fighting Beats. My grandma knew who Trinidad was.
Yeah.
It also helps that Conor's massive here as well, and he's been a big advocate of Katie Taylor as well. You know what I mean?
Like McGregor.
Yeah, he's been a huge advocate of Katie Taylor. On RTE and in our newspapers, that's our national channel for people who don't know RTE.
Yeah.
It stands for Radio Television Ireland in English. So it's our version of the BBC, right? Katie was on there with Conor McGregor, and he was saying that everybody needs to watch this girl if they haven't, because she's a better fighter than he is at what she does.
He was at a fight, so I seen her last fight where she was on the zone.
Yeah, he goes to her fights, man.
Yeah.
He goes. He supports her. A lot of Irish people do. I mean, I've been hearing that the reason
He was
Eddie
at
has her
college
on in
fights
these
too, though. I seen
places.
him at college fights too.
Yeah. But the reason Eddie has her in these places, Beats, is apparently outside of Joshua, she's been his biggest ticket seller on these undercards. And I very well believe it.
Wow.
I actually believe that. Like, she has a fan base. She's got more Twitter followers than Wilder, I think.
Well, she's the highest paid female boxer. Really. That's why you don't see her complaining about money like Clarissa. I mean, she's making dough.
She got a country though. She got like you said.
Yeah, Clarissa got a country.
Yeah, but they don't like.
The difference is Katie has a country behind her.
Yeah, they ain't like a lot of some people don't even watch women's boxing in the States.
Yeah.
The last person that had a following was Layla Ali. That was because that was Muhammad Ali's daughter.
Yeah. And she's a big girl, like you say, Kristen. Tyan Booth. Everyone's looking at Tyan Booth. Boy, what's he talking about now? The madness.
That's funny, that video. That's funny. He's busy talking about Coogan's bent legs.
Tyan Booth is a former British boxer. He makes these videos.
Oh, man, that dude, he's out of order, man. He's disrespectful. He said, that's the dude that did that shit to Terrence Crawford said, should a world champion boxer have a fat wife? That dude.
Yeah.
Lou DiBella got mad at him and was cussing him out on Twitter. He said something about Terrence Crawford's wife.
Lou DiBella, what did Lou say?
Lou said that's very disrespectful, or something said, and then he would still start cussing.
So I just checked something out. Katie Taylor has 50,000 more followers on Twitter than Errol Spence.
Damn.
Yeah, because
and Errol Spence isn't a small name right now, man.
Yeah, but that's a difference.
I'm telling you right now, if Katie Taylor, wins this and she becomes undisputed, just so people, male or female, she'd be the only Irish person in history to be undisputed.
More controversy. Yeah, Mayweather's got an announcement tomorrow, yeah?
Man, I hope he ain't fighting.
I hope he is.
Man, he's 40. His daughter about to be out of there. Is his daughter out of high school yet, Beats?
I don't know.
She damn near grown. Your ass is too old to be fighting.
I hope he's fighting. And I hope he's fighting in a really competitive fight.
I'm tired of these old bastards, man. If you from like the late 90s, you need to get the fuck out of here. Like all them other guys. Like, I'm tired. I don't like these guys sticking around. Like, he's old.
What if he's fighting Manny Pacquiao?
For what? He already beat him. And when compared to the first time, why would I want to pay money to see that shit again?
Because he hasn't fought competitively in like 3 years, and Manny's
that first fight wasn't competitive though. There's no need for a rematch. Really.
The question is, are either of you two going to buy it if that's what's going to happen?
No, I'm not buying that shit. I wouldn't even watch it. I know he's going to win. I mean, I want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Keith Thurman.
I'd also like to see Floyd fight Sean Porter. I don't know why, but I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I don't want to see Floyd, period. I don't want to see nobody. I don't even want to see Zab Judah. I don't want to see nobody from that class fight again. Really, Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao active and he's competitive, but I don't want these old guys to come back, and he's been out. He ain't fought since 2015. I don't even count the McGregor fight because McGregor can't box.
Hold out, though. Conor McGregor had 2 amateur fights at the age of 10. He had pedigree.
About that. I don't care about that. My daughter beat the shit out of McGregor right now.
I actually believe you, man. He's looking bad.
Yeah, he's gonna fight Floyd. I reckon they're gonna fight have a rematch.
Nah, I don't want to see that shit. I don't care about y'all now. Y'all tell me what happened. I don't care about. I'm be at work.
I want to see it take place in the cage.
Nah,
Floyd ain't getting in no damn cage.
Okay,
it's a boxer.
Get destroyed.
Floyd ain't.
Or if they're fighting in a ring, I would like there to be allowed to be 2 leg kicks per round, and that's it.
No, he shouldn't be fighting if he can't box. He shouldn't box. I would like to see McGregor. He gonna box somebody. Fight Paulie. Paulie ain't been fighting competitively. Paulie got knocked out by Sam Edgerton. Fight him.
You know, Paulie's fallen from grace if he's having to do a bare knuckle fight against Artem Lobov.
Yeah. I don't like that shit, bare knuckle fight. You watch that bare knuckle shit, Beats?
Bare knuckle? No, not really.
I saw that last fight. The guy Paulie supposed to be fighting, he got busted up in that fight. They basically fight with fists. They got a little bit of wrapping on their hand. There's some hand wraps, and that's it.
Shit.
Well, it looks pretty crap though.
Shit.
They couldn't box though. Well, Paulie with the bare knuckle should beat his ass though, because that dude can't box.
Like, people are saying, "Oh, it's different because like there's no gloves and blah 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 blah." Artem Lobov can't box and Paulie can.
Yeah, and Paulie ain't gonna be hitting his ass with no damn hand wraps on. That's gonna make a difference. That guy that he was fighting couldn't box that damn good, and he was tagging off on that dude.
Although Paulie got beat by somebody who can't box.
Oh yeah,
got beat by Eggington.
But Edgerton been boxing at a world level before. Edgerton been in the ring. How many pro fights that other guy got?
Artem Lobov's never been a boxer. He only picked up boxing last year.
He's gonna get beat.
People trying to tell me Paulie gonna lose. If Paulie loses, I'll go and eat shit. Oh nah. I'll even say it right now. I'm willing to say I'm willing to get a tattoo.
Paulie got knocked down by who's that guy that knocked Patrick something? He got knocked down by somebody that fight damn bantamweight or some shit in spur. A small dude knocked his ass down. Conor McGregor. I forgot that Patrick something. Patrick Highland. What weight class he was for?
I can't remember, to be honest. But
All I
know is that Paulie achieved a lot in his career for a guy who has no punching power, and it's kind of amazing that he did it.
Yeah, he did that against Baby Bull. He beat Baby Bull. What other fights he had that was pretty good? He got a little.
Him and Broner was a very good fight.
Yeah, he landed more points. He outworked Broner though. I don't know how Broner won that fight. To be honest with you, Broner landed solid, clean punch, but Broner got he landed way more punches than Broner.
I mean, people will give Broner shit and stuff, but let's be real. If it was Broner in a bare knuckle against Artem Lobov, nobody would be thinking this is competitive. They think Broner's going to starch him in a minute.
Broner's next thing is bare knuckle where he's gloved up for his day.
He's winning though.
I'd pay big money to see Conor McGregor and Broner fight in a bare knuckle.
Nah, he hurt because he hurt damn Madonna. Madonna got pretty good chin. Madonna said he was Broner hurt him in one of them rounds, so he gonna beat the fuck out of McGregor in that fight.
I'd love to see it though. I'll be perfectly honest. My dream fight right now is to see Anthony Joshua 1-on-1 with Conor McGregor. I just don't like Conor McGregor.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put him in no damn fight like that. You trying to get that man killed?
Put him in there with Wilder and Joshua in a handicap match with steel chairs allowed only for them two.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, the hate is real.
I really don't like Conor McGregor. I believe that guy is tarnishing a lot of a lot of what we stand for in Ireland.
Why is that?
Just his antics, man. His antics is... He's obviously... Like, let's put it blunt. He's obviously xenophobic as fuck. Some of the shit that he's been saying. The thing with Floyd, like telling him to dance for me, calling him boy. That's stuff you shouldn't be doing. And then with Khabib and stuff, all the fucking anti-Muslim shit and calling his wife a towelhead and stuff like that, man. That's not a good representation. You're the biggest name in our country's history.
Yeah, make him look kind of racist when you be saying stuff. No, kind of.
And then he goes off and he smashes people's phones and he's getting into brawls with people in bars and he's out doing ecstasy while his wife's at home and he's been cheating on her and all this bullshit. And then he goes over and he flies over and starts throwing things through windows and stuff and cuts somebody's eye up because of it. Mate, nah, he's not a good person. He's a scumbag.
Why ain't get killed yet by that mafia dude? He supposed to roughed up and all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Who roughed up a mafia dude?
Conor McGregor. Somebody over there he roughed up that's in like an organized crime.
Right. So I'll put it down. In Crumlin, on the south side of Dublin, he was in a bar, and he got pulled up on by a guy called. I'm not gonna say his first name. I'm just gonna say he's associated with the Highlands. Right. That's fine to say because everybody knows that, and they're part of a organised crime here in Ireland on the south side of Dublin. They're part of a lot of bullshit in terms of gangland. Anyway, him and the other chap, they got into an altercation with each other, and Conor slapped him, and then he went on a runner when he seen that 6 guys were there with him, and the guy had put out on Facebook and everything that if he's in Crumlin again, they're gonna murder him.
All right, let's. I'm gonna get back for a little while.
Yeah.
And I feel I'm gonna take this video down. It's just depressing, man. Depressing.
Yeah.
It's kind of depressing, man.
Is that fight this weekend too? I know Amir Khan in there, but what about Granados and
That's this weekend.
Oh damn, that's full of fights this weekend.
What about Dave Allen and Lucas Brown? Anyone care about that?
Nope.
I do. I'm interested in it.
I'll watch it though.
I'm interested in it. It's a crossroads fight, isn't it? If Dave Allen gets beat up by Lucas Brown, who's shot to bits and was never that good to begin with.
Dave Allen is that. Not even Eddie can
That's it. He should quit. He's not good enough. He's just not good enough. He's good enough to be an area level journeyman. That's it. If he beats Lucas Brown needs to retire. So I'm interested in it because I think it's a crossroads fight.
Yeah, that shit is real.
What are you saying? Lucas is gonna get knocked out?
Huh?
Lucas Brown is gonna get knocked out, you think, yeah?
I personally think Dave Allen's going to win this week via stoppage.
I forgot I got a bottle of wine in there. Have some wine. I'm going to have some wine. Excellent. Hey, Dave, good for the day. Derek Chisora's on the card. Who else is on the card? Derek Chisora?
Yeah, Chisora against Sanad Gashi. That's on the card as well. I mean, I think Josh Kelly's fighting against some Polish kid who's 17 and 0.
Damn.
Tell you what, yeah. Josh Kelly's got the bullet, boy.
We're Avanesian, yeah, man.
Josh Kelly dodged a major bullet recently. Major bullet. He was supposed to fight David Avnesian. Yeah, and Avnesian went over to Spain and fucked up Lideraja, why I'm the undefeated guy. Broke him
Kerman.
up. Yeah.
Kerman.
Yeah. I think Josh Kelly ducked a bullet. I don't think he would have beat that kid. I don't think he'd been ready for that Avnesian. How do you pronounce his name? I don't think he's ready for that guy. I don't think so. They probably fought because Avanasian was stopped before he fought Kerman. So they probably thought, yeah, he's ready for the taking. Nah. He went over to Spain and put in a boxing performance, bro. A very good boxing performance. Anyone see that fight?
What fight? Say
I
that
did.
again. What fight was that?
Lizaraza versus Avanesian.
It was Kerman Lehalaga versus David Avanesian.
Yeah.
I believe, I'm not sure if it was for the European title or not, but Kerman was the European champion. Kerman came off of 2 back-to-back stoppage victories over Frankie Gavin.
When this fight take place?
A couple of weeks back.
Yeah, I seen that. Was it what card was it on?
It was its own card. It was headlining.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw that fight. I think we was on the line when that card was on. Matter of fact,
I don't think we had I saw a recording.
I think me and McGregor might have saw it, and you came on there. I think we saw it though.
I don't think I watched it with you, Chris, because I watched it the day after, man.
I watched it the day of. I got the zone.
It wasn't on the zone. This wasn't on the zone.
Nah, I ain't watched it.
This wasn't on ESPN. This was a Spanish card, mate.
No, I'm getting it confused with somebody else. Yeah, it was
you know the guy who fought Peterson, Avanesian. He fought Peterson, and I think
Lamar Peterson.
Yeah, and he Peterson beat him.
Yeah, I seen that fight. Yeah, I ain't watched that card then. Because I remember that dude when he fought Peterson. No, I ain't see that one.
The same guy there, man. He gave Lizaraga a beating. Serious beating.
And Lizaraga was being tipped by some people to be a bit of a player in the welterweight division.
Yeah. He's been back to the drawing board.
And some of those people was myself. I thought what he did to Skeet and Frankie Gavin, man, I was just like, yo, this kid isn't a joke. You know what I mean?
Serious. He looked serious, man. You know?
And then Avanesian tore his arse up.
Another level. There was another level there, man.
Yeah, because Bradley Skeet garbage.
Yeah, he got flattened around the other day, I think, Bradley Skeet. Someone came over to the UK, he flattened him around, man.
What's the other guy that got beat up by Beefy the other week?
Eggington.
That's Eggington.
Yeah. Well, Eddie Hearn need to tell his grandma and lit cousin Sam stop now. Stop.
Yeah, Eggington can give it a break. He definitely can give it a break.
Because Eddie Hearn getting him brain damage card after card.
I'll tell you one thing though that I genuinely believe. You're right, Beats, about the Avanesian and Josh Kelly thing. He dodged a bullet because Avanesian was there to fight, and I mean he came in like he was a man possessed in that fight.
Yeah, he did.
He was chomping at the bit. He was like, people are writing me off. I've just been stopped. They were writing him off in the Matchroom conference as well. He was meant to fight Kelly. He didn't get the chance. So he's getting in there. He's fighting the European champion. And he tore his arse apart.
Took his chance, man. Gave him an opportunity and he took it.
I don't know if it was for the European title. I would like to think that it was. I would like to think that Avanesian's now the European champion because he deserves it.
Yeah, he's European, isn't he? I think, where does he come from?
He's Russian.
Yeah, he's Russian. Yeah, he's a European champ, man. European champ.
Actually, I'll check it right now.
You know?
Kerman. I'll check to see if he actually is the European champion right now in a second. Because I don't know, like, if Kerman might have, like, vacated the belt at some point or not. I don't know. So I'll find out.
Yeah, man. Christian Lewis, man, they put their life on social media. Got to keep your chin tucked. What are we talking about?
Yeah, it was. It was for the European title.
Yeah?
Avanesian is now the EBU European welterweight champion.
Oh, Michelle Joy Phelps on Instagram, a review. That's a new video. Lou DiBella PC. Katie Taylor with the truth. Finks. He's laughing at Finks' video. Oh, what is Michelle Joy Phelps going to sue him for stalking? Is that true?
Michelle Phelps going to sue who?
Tyann Booth. Is that
she really?
Tyann Booth crazy.
He can't. She can't put in a name in the title. I wouldn't have thought.
I don't think she can sue him for stalking though. It's Instagram.
Yeah, Instagram. She could block him.
No, it's YouTube. It's YouTube.
Oh, she could block him. Why? He made a video about her or something?
Yeah.
Was he there in public with a camera videoing her?
No.
Can't stop the dude from making videos though.
Suing for stalking when you're on YouTube. That's like you're making a house accessible.
Why has he got it in for her like that, though?
She probably don't like some stuff.
He has it in for everybody, man. I think he's just making comedy, personally.
Yeah, he's got a video with her name in the title on Instagram, a review.
Mm-hmm.
It is pretty funny, though.
I gotta watch that video. I know he said something stupid.
Oh, he said a lot of stupid things. The video itself is funny, though. I'm not going to joke. I find it comical.
Yeah, you know what you have to remember, man. Like I'm not being a simp. Like she like you've never been able to bully women in no thing in society, and like that's what it does look like that to a degree. It does, you're picking on a woman, and it's not gonna get. He's not gonna come off. He's not gonna come off best in this exchange. Like so, I don't know. He'll get his channel taken down, or maybe she's taken to court because she ain't troubling him really. Yeah. Like look, if dudes have banter amongst themselves, I'm not saying we should be targeted because we're dudes, but you know, it always looks a bit different because she's just a demure looking woman. Yeah, okay, I mean, and he's looking like a bully. He's looking like a bit of a bully.
He's nothing but a troll. That's all he is a troll in
there. Looking like a bit of a bully. Because, like, what did he say about it? Be honest, what did he say?
I can't remember. All I remember is I laughed a couple of times.
I know he must have said something quite, like inflammatory.
I think he said that. All right, I'll tell you one thing that he said. He posted a picture of a transgender man that became a woman, saying that this lad looks better than Michelle. Michelle looks like a trans.
You can't sue for that because you can't sue for that.
And I'm not gonna lie, like not the trans man, because I'm not gonna down with that. But she did look suspect.
She don't look like.
He probably
in our latest picture.
Nah, she don't look like okay.
She probably that's mad beats. You can't get mad and sue somebody. He ain't stalking you. He's saying it out of his house. That's because he called you a man.
She don't look like no trans.
She gonna lose that case. She gonna lose that case though.
Probably.
I mean, I made a video of me.
It's freedom of speech. You can't stop him from saying shit.
I made a video of me making fun of like different women on social media the other day, and the video got banned.
I mean, I'd understand it if she was kind of like a mouthy woman and she was getting some back, but she's not. She's a small woman who is she insulted for him to like, and it's not a one-off. It's a few times. So I don't know, man. I don't know. It just seems a bit. It just seems a bit cringy. It's a bit cringy. I'll admit that. Maybe I'm a bit old school though. Seems a bit cringy.
I'm with Taiwan Pooh. She do look like she could be Phil Jackson's daughter.
Well, she look like a Johnny, you think? Yeah.
Nah, she look like she could be Phil Jackson's son sometime. The way she had hair, the way she be having her hair.
I don't know. She don't like a track to me though.
No, I'm just joking.
I don't know, man. To me, she kind of does.
So let me
to me, she kind
be
of
quiet
does.
for she sue me for saying I'm doing something.
That's a good looking tranny then, boy. I can say that then. Good looking tranny. You know, I think she's quite good. I think she's quite a good looking woman. So I don't know. A good looking tranny.
I heard she before she got a sex change. They used to be Paul Spell for. No, I'm just joking. Leave her alone. Let me leave her alone.
JD said the transgender guy looks better than sushi woman. That's what he said. That sushi. Yeah. The woman that.
Nah, she ain't ugly.
Oh no, he's right. He's right there. There wasn't Michelle Joy Phelps. My bad. He went in on some guy who commented on our Instagram thing, and that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
She probably just upset because he caught who was joking. That's what it sounded like to me. That's exactly what it sounded like. You can't stop nobody from talking though.
It speaks about her getting molested and raped on the film. It's a bit too much, man. That's what I'm saying. It's a little.
But that's how that dude do. You watch his videos, Beats. He's always.
He's always been like that. Like what I will say is, this is my own personal opinion, right? I think that Toyan Bood is doing comedy, like pure shock value comedy.
He is. He just doing it on boxes. People in boxes.
And I think a lot of people are offended, and a lot of people find it funny. I can see where the offensiveness comes in, but I don't think it's done actually.
Yeah, because look at the title of his video. Should world champion boxers have fat wife? He got.
Look, I'm sorry, you can't talk about anyone getting molested and make jokes about it, rape thing. Can't make it funny. There's no making that funny. There isn't. Not for me anyway. There's no funny rape joke. Okay, if you're gonna make the rape joke vaguely and there's not a particular person involved in it, but if you're talking about someone's actual experience and making a fucking can't do that, man.
People make fun of people dying. Beats. They got a picture of O.J. Simpson on the meme with the caption saying, "Well, bitch can't cheat from heaven."
He's never died though. She actually got molested apparently, and he's making fun of it.
Yeah, but I'm saying people make fun of everything.
But according to who? I've never heard Michelle Joy Phelps ever say that.
Hold on, McGregor. Hold on. No. You're not getting the difference. OJ's never died. They're making
No.
Let me finish. They're making hypothetical scenario of him dying. That's different. Yeah. She actually got molested, and he's making light of it. She actually got molested. You can't do it. To me, anyway, it's going too far.
Well, I'll help Chris's argument out just a little bit. Do you remember when Whitney Houston passed away? People were making Whitney Houston jokes, and somebody made this joke. He said, Whitney Houston jokes are mean. It's not right, but it's okay.
Yeah, but he didn't make fun of him dying. He was making fun of Nicole dying. That's what the meme was about. Like, he killed Nicole, and he's saying, well, a bitch can't cheat from heaven. That's what the meme said.
Jesus.
That's
anyway, some of the things he says are outlandish and foolish, and he shouldn't be saying them. The other thing is, I've never heard Michelle Joy Phelps ever say that she was molested.
That's what he says. He said that that's what he said. That's what happened to her, and he makes jokes about it, sort of thing. No, you can't be doing that, man. You know, like you can't be doing. You see, if you do things like that, then people are going to look at you like a psycho. You do them things, and you say you think that's good. No, that's not good. That's not.
Nobody. I don't think nobody take his page seriously anyway.
It's not good. Well, people do. You look how much subs and views he's got. I'll say it's up to 20,000 views. They're saying on it, so they take.
Because they go over there to see something dumb. He ain't got no good boxing material. You always making fun of something.
That's not the point about the boxing. He's got 20,000 people watching him making crass jokes about a woman who got molested. It's not the point that he's got good boxing information. The fact that he's making light of that and making it into a topic issue and developing a crowd of that. It's not good, man. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing, man.
I agree with you.
Not a good thing, man. It just ain't. Man. It just ain't. catering to simping on women. I'm not into that. But man, it's not. If they it's too much. Too much, bro. Too much. Going too far. Going too far. Going too far. Going way too far now. Way too far.
All right, lads. I'm gonna jump off so I can get some food. But you're definitely right about Toyon, man. He's definitely going a bit too far.
Going too far. Going too far. Going too far.
Peace, lads.
All right, then.
All right. See you later, McGregor.
Tom says, "Nah, he's a wrong'un." Yeah, he's a wrong'un, man. He's a wrong'un. A wrong'un. JD says he's like Frankie Boyle, the comedian. I don't know Frankie Boyle really. You know what I mean? Well, it's his lane. It's his lane. I'm not going to get involved in it. It's just too much. I mean, for me, it's just going a bit too far, you know. Like,
I ain't know how that dude blew up too fast. When I remember the first time I heard his name was T was telling me about this dude. Low Place was telling me about this guy. He was making all kind of crazy videos. That's the first time I ever heard somebody mention him. And I seen that one video, and I was like, all his shit is kind of trolling videos anyway.
Crazy, man. But you know, that's what he's into. That's what he's into, man. You know, that's what he's into. Me, I just stay clear of that channel. I think from now is nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble, really. You know what I mean, it has to be said. Nothing but trouble, man. Nothing but trouble. It's just certain things, you know. Maybe a line too far. Maybe a line too far. Yeah, man. Lucas Brown, Dave Allen. Who am I going to pick to win? I ain't picking. They're both whack, man. I'm just going to watch the fight. I'm going to
go with Dave Allen over Lucas Brown. Lucas Brown looked like a fat ass tattoo artist from
Lucas Brown.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Dave Allen.
It's about
Dave Allen made Ortiz look bad, and Dave Allen beat. Who did Dave Allen beat? Got to win. Oh.
Beat I forgot his name, man. He was unbeaten.
Yeah.
British guy. I forgot his name. Knocked him out with the right overhand right. Then he got knocked out again, the guy. What's his name again? I can't remember. Should be a good fight. I mean, it could be a crap fight. It'd probably be a really messy looking fight. I think that's what it's. I think it's going to be a messy fight, a messy, scrappy fight. That's what I think. I love Derek Chisoros in the card. It's Conor Benn's fighting as well. Conor Ben, he ain't got no good opponent or nothing. He's still there.
Conor Ben looked like a creative man from Fight Night.
Like who?
A creative video game character.
Yeah. Ben, bro. Crazy person. Derek Chisora is fighting as well. So should be okay. I'm just waiting for the later in the evening, really, for Garcia and Granados and Khan and Crawford. I'm going to be switching in between the two because they're going to be on the similar times. Why do they put the cards on the fucking same?
I'm trying to fuck with each other.
Fucking.
That's what they doing.
Playing up against each other. What sense does that make?
It's a good fight too. Granados and Danny, and it's free, so they trying to fuck with themselves, bro.
Nick Webb, that's the guy. Nick Webb, Christian Lewis, yeah. Nick Webb. Overhand right. Diobinui, Conor Ben should have stayed in the amateurs. He's not ready to be at domestic level. But how old is he now, though?
Yeah, I keep saying. He said Conor Ben should stay where?
In the amateurs for a little while longer. Probably got a point.
Man, y'all can't keep spoon feeding these guys.
No, it's not spoon feeding them. You should stay in the amateurs and develop your experience. And, you know, like if you go into the pros too early, it could be a bad thing, but it depends on the age. You know, depends on the age because when you send these guys in these days, they're on flipping TV, and they're getting too much exposure for their level of experience. You know, yeah, he's 22. I think he's right. Yeah, he should have kept him. Yeah, yeah. He could have turned pro now. He should have got more amateur experience, like Fink said, and turned pro now. Yeah, that would probably have been the best thing. Yeah, I agree. 22. Man, Christian Lewis has got all the answers before I even looked them up. He's 22. That's good. I like it. You're sharp. You're on the ball. Zab's still fighting. Who's he fighting?
Chop calling.
Yeah.
You seen that video I sent you yesterday?
I ain't watched that, man. What was he saying? I mean, that man passed it, man.
Yeah, it was funny though.
Yeah, they're asking for your YouTube channel. What's your YouTube channel called?
I'm about in the process of revamping. So it's We Live, Eat, Sleep Boxing, but I'm revamping. I'm bringing like the guys from my group. We're gonna start interviewing people, and it's gonna be a new format. I'm about to take them videos off, and I'm gonna do something new with the channel. Like you told me to do years ago, I'm finally doing it. That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Christian Lewis said Mike Tyson became world champion at that age when he was 21. But the thing is, he was boxing from when he was 14 or 13.
Though. Yeah, he had an amateur career too.
Yeah.
And he won some tournaments.
Yeah, he won the Junior Olympics.
Yeah.
Huh?
And he was sparring pros too when he was an amateur.
Fought Henry Tillman twice, man. Yeah. And Tyrrell Biggs. So he was ready.
And Lennox when he sparred Lennox when he was an amateur too.
Yeah, he sparred Lennox, you know, Frank Payne and all them guys.
Yeah.
Done his apprenticeship.
Yeah.
Done his apprenticeship. Yeah. All right. Who's that fighting? Chop Cordy.
I was watching that. I was watching Behind the Glory with Lennox Lewis beats. You remember when Mike was destroying people when he was an amateur? They would bring guys in. Mike was killing people. They brought Lennox in the first time Mike beat the hell out of him. The second time they sparred, like the next day, they say he was whooping Mike ass so bad that Mike, cussed Freddie Roach out. Like, why you bring this guy? And he was playing to him. They gonna end up fighting it when they turn pro.
Yeah, bit late in Mike's career.
Yeah.
JD says he likes the dark humor from time. Yeah.
I don't like the stuff you talking about people's wife and stuff like that, and people kids. I don't like shit like that. Keep it boxing.
Talk about women getting raped and shit, man. People's kids doing it. She's busy. He's going in on that Sky Sports lady. Oh, I know, the one with the glasses. Christian Lewis said this video is fire. There's lots of people on this channel who like the content. I
know, Beats. I heard a lot of people. I saw it on Twitter. People thinking it's funny, but I seen people respond to him like Lou DiBella and other boxers. They like when he made that thing about Terrence Crawford's wife. He got a lot of response from people in the boxing community, not just fans. They replied to that video on Twitter.
Christian Lewis at D. Obdinoni. He's doing an Anthony Yard that we're talking about. Conor Bell. I'm still shocked that Yard is jumping from Reeves to Kovalev. Good luck to him. Christian Lewis says that Diobdinuni same. I hope he wins. Diobdinuni, he says, I think Time Booth is funny, but he's so disrespectful. I think the humor is kind of wearing off for me, though. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, I don't think it's a good idea for us as men to play games of rape, because if you've got a daughter or wife or a mum, and then let's see if God forbid anything happened, see how funny you find time after that. See how funny we find him after that. Got to be a bit fair, you know. Like it's a bit. But you know, everybody to themselves. They're all adults. I can't tell people what to do. I can't tell people what to do. I can't tell people. They'll find their own threshold, man, of acceptability. It's like church here. You know what I mean? It's not church. Christian Lewis. He has an issue with O'Hara Davis going in on him about his girlfriend breaking up with him. Okay. O'Hara Davis made a video about Tony Sims. He didn't say it was Tony Sims, about Tony and Charlie Sims. And he said he pretended he was sleeping, I think, was it on the coach of the plane? And he heard everything they said about Joshua. About, Joshua makes all that money, he doesn't have to dress, and they've got nice cars and stuff like that. And they were just rubber cracking.
Yeah. Joshua got some nice cars. Joshua got old school type of cars. Like he fixed them up. I seen a car he fixed them up. Like I know some people that do cars like that.
Got a jacket.
Yeah.
Thinks Anthony Joshua got a box of chocolates from that chick with Floyd. Yeah. And Floyd told him not to eat them. It could be a setup. You know what I mean? It could have PEDs in them or something. You never know where the bitches are coming from. You know, careful.
Floyd told him not to eat a box of chocolate.
Yeah, when he was doing the picture signing with Floyd, some chick gave him some chocolates, and Floyd said, "That's a setup. You better be careful." Hey. Yeah. O'Hara does some good videos. Yeah, he does. Yeah. AJ got a place in Golders Green. That says it all. Man, AJ can. AJ got money to burn, bro. AJ got money to burn. So, whoever he wants to dress in flashy. Listen, man, rich people don't dress in flashy clothes. I
noticed that.
I ain't see Bill Gates wear no fucking Versace or Gucci. I ain't see him in that. His clothes look standard clothes, boy. You know what I mean? The rich man don't wear neon brand clothes. They're not concerned about that. That's for people, really, truly, what that is, that's for people with low self-esteem. That's what that is. Name brands are for people with low self-esteem. I know it sounds a bit blanket, but that's what that is, bro. Tony says Bill Gates shops at Primark. Yeah, probably does. Probably does. You know what I mean? And see, that's the thing. If he wanted to, he could buy the whole Gucci store. You know what I mean? And the Primark store. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like he can't afford it.
Yeah, he can afford it, bro. You know what I mean? Hey. You see people who can't pay their rent this week, spending out on brand names, and their kids ain't even enrolled in college and shit. They ain't got no college or uni funds for them. For this player. Yeah. Now he was talking about Sims. It wasn't Eddie Hearn, he was talking about Sims. Because remember, he was saying he could get more from Joshua if what was it for the contract? That's not Eddie. He's talking about me. Eddie's not going to be saying that I could get more from him. No, that's Sims. No? Mr. Lewis, you preaching the truth. What's that about Bill? About Bill and the dough? Yeah. Bill could buy what he wanted, man. But you often find that people who are really ambitious and always in the boardrooms, they don't care about all that stuff there. Spending $500, they laugh at you. You know what I mean? Like, what's the American guy? Is it not Limbaugh? No, that's the no, that's the other. I'm thinking of the other guy. Quite a rich dude. Can't remember his name now. Can't remember his name. Them guys, they okay to all that. Spend $300 on Jordans. Stuff like that. Tone says a £5,000 watch and a £25 watch do the same job. Warren Buffett. That's the man. This guy's reading my mind. Warren Buffett. Yeah, Christian Lewis again. Yeah. If you went up to Warren Buffett, right, and said, "I'm going to spend $300 on a pair of sneakers," he'd look at you like a flipping idiot. That's what he would do. He would look at you like an idiot. You'd never get respect for something like that. That's what he would do. He'd be saying, "Man, you could invest that. You could take chances with that and do some high risk investments. And if it comes off, you'd have way much more. Or you could do a low bond sort of investment and steadily watch your money increase off that. But no, you're just buying it on a product that's going to depreciate as soon as you take it out of the box, and put on your feet, and that's where you're investing, and that's why your children are going to suffer tomorrow." Yeah, that's what you say. You know what I mean? Warren Buffett, that's the guy. Warren Buffett. Fuck that shit. Yeah, see. And that's the thing, man. I don't know about America, but in London, in London, yeah, the part where I'm from, the rich kids, they may buy Nike and stuff here, but they don't really buy because the rich kids, they don't live in around here. They're more up the hill. You know what I mean? They're up the hills in suburbia. They're not into that, man. They got the skateboards or whatever. And, they wear regular clothes, some of it from secondhand shops and charity shops, They're not into that. They don't really care. They don't really care. They got dough. Money to kill, If they wanted to buy it, they could, but crazy, yeah. Crazy. Go get your priorities right, man. Christian Lewis, he's friends with Terrence Crawford. They are both from Omaha, Nebraska. See, he's probably rubbed off on Terrence. Terrence is one of the most sensible guy in boxing, in American boxing. Terrence Crawford, his head is so screwed on. Terrence's head is just screwed on straight. No nonsense. You mean? Doesn't act like he's some kid. And Errol Spence recently, I'm going to pull up at his fight. Come on, man, stop. Just say you're going to fight the guy or leave it. Pull up and I ain't afraid of no nigger in Nebraska. Oh, what, I make you sound big now, Errol? Come on, man. He said, like, I used to be an Errol Spence fan, but now he just sounded like one of them. He sound like a Broner. Sound like Broner now. Begin to sound like Broner, playing some whack hip-hop music in the back. That shit was whack. Come on, man. He's a joke. He's a joke. Yeah, I know Buffett is friends with Floyd as well. Yeah. What was all that shit? I ain't afraid of no nigger in Nebraska. What does that mean? What does that mean? What is the fuck is that?
Yeah, I ain't know why he said that though.
Dumbass shit, bro.
I was trying to feel it last week. You know, I was giving y'all a run for y'all money, but I can't even come back with nothing for them.
He's just fucking. He's losing the plot, man. He's getting caught up in the life, you know.
He wasn't even talking like that before, though.
No, he didn't used to talk like that, man. He didn't used to talk all that stupidness, man. He's a grown man. You know? A grown man. And like I said, you know, like I haven't heard Spence say I want to. Maybe he did say it years ago. When's the last time he said I want to be undisputed? He doesn't say that now. He said you got to be
last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
I heard him say it last year, but I ain't been watching no interviews. I ain't heard him say it lately.
Yep. Yeah.
I ain't really heard none of the people. I think they talking about fighting each other now, though. That's the only thing I heard. I think they ain't going. I think he's starting to keep everything in the house too.
I ain't afraid of no nigga from Nebraska. What does that mean? What the fuck does that mean?
I don't know why you said that. That shit must sound like some shit Broner would say, dude.
Christian Lewis is true. I like what I see from Terrence. He's down to earth. He does all this talking in the ring. Mr. Alvo, he says, Wilder didn't speak that way he does before either. No, he didn't. He didn't. He used to be like Wilder. I would have never said Wilder is simple when I used to talk to him. Because he used to stay in his lane and you get good cohesive answers. And now I don't know, dudes are switching up. This is the post-Floyd generation American boxing now. It's kind of going left. Kind of going a bit left, man. They did say some mad shit. When I heard that, I ain't afraid of no nigger in Nebraska. I said, what?
It sounds funny, though. It do sound funny. But yeah, you're right.
What I say yesterday? Oh, I have no remorse if Dominic Brazil dies. I mean, how many...
The voice go hard.
What do you say? Live in front of his son. And if he dies, he dies. He's just going in.
I think you got somebody telling them to say some outlandish shit like that. It sounds like it, because they weren't talking like that before.
No, they weren't, man.
I think they're trying to do anything like the general. If I say something crazy, it'll get me more attention. Because when he said I ain't scared from that nigga Nebraska, I want to kill Brazil. That was a headline on different boxing sites.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. To kill Brazil. It is, but you know, if you notice, he didn't say, I want to kill Fury. He said, I'm going to knock Fury out. I'm even twitching. But he didn't say, I want to kill Fury. He didn't say, nothing about I want to kill Fury. You know what I mean? Why not? How come you don't want to...
I'm about to say something crazy, right? You want to kill the brother. You want to kill the white dude. You want to kill the brother.
He didn't say that shit with Fury.
That shit funny though. I'll make a sense of humor out of everything though. That do sound. You do got a point right there.
Christian Lewis with that court case and everything. Oh, you got issued in Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah, they had beef for. That's why I want to see fight, because they got a little history, and sometimes history end up making good fights. See, if they didn't have this, I think Wilder blow them out. But now this gave Brazil extra motivation to put up a good. You know what I'm saying, Beats?
Yeah.
Well, I think it'll be a good fight. And even if Wilder struggles with him, I'm gonna give him props, because I think Brazil is difficult to prove. You remember before Fury's fight, I was asking Wilder to fight. You remember Beats on your channel? Wait. I mean, before they announced Fury fight, I was wanting to see Wilder fight Brazil.
Yeah, it should be good. I mean, if Wilder can take him out earlier than Joshua, that'd be a good statement for him.
But even if he can't, it'll still be like you can still look at like he couldn't take him out, but he gave Joshua a little bit. He gave Joshua a bloody nose. You can sell him a little bit. You can sell Brazil a fight. Maybe he could get a rematch, or maybe if he put up a good fight, since Wilder he can fight Wilder in the rematch. You know what I'm saying, Beast?
Yeah. Brazil needs to just like focus in on his training. He has to come out vicious for Wilder now. After Wilder said all that.
If I was him, I'd tie him up too, because he outweigh him by a lot too.
Yeah. I'd headbutt him.
I'll hold his head. Let's make it a rough fight.
I'd headbutt him and elbow him and all that, punch him low.
Damn, I wouldn't do all this. I know, I'm just joking.
Listen, if you're gonna say you're gonna kill me, cripple me in front of myself, I'm gonna fight a dirty fight. I might risk a DQ on this. If you're gonna cripple, I risk a DQ.
You're gonna talk crazy. I'm gonna tell you. You're gonna find out, right?
I'm on it, bro. I'm gonna have to go ham. You know, no remorse if you die. Cripple you in front of your son, you know. Might have to risk a DQ. Might have to risk it because he ain't putting me in a box willingly. I'm not going in the box willingly. He's gonna have to really go all out to put me in the box. I'm not just gonna go in the box though.
Hey, I might ask you something, Beach. Do you think Joshua really done something with Amir Khan's wife?
Nah. Maybe he did, you know.
Because you know why I'm asking you that? Because I seen like not long ago, I seen an interview with Amir Khan. He was like going in on Joshua and defending Amir Khan. Defending Wilder and stuff. I was wondering, like, did he smash his girl for real?
Maybe he did, you know. Maybe he did.
Yeah, that's cool. That's funny if he did, though. He smashed his girl.
I think Khan is paranoid, man. Too much head punches, though, to be honest. Probably just took too much shots to the head.
Just like his wife. No, I'm just joking.
Oh,
yeah. I'm joking. He took some shots from AJ. She took some shots.
Just like his wife, baby. Yeah, baby.
Because I've seen him several times rate comments toward AJ, so I'm starting to think that shit might have happened, Beats.
Well, Khan seemed convinced it happened.
I think it happened because you ain't seen I seen like 3 or 4 interviews with Khan going in, and this shit was recent.
But he did. I think he apologized to AJ though.
That one, he apologized for that one back then when it first happened, but there's some new shit that came out. I saw.
Oh, about his wife again, yeah?
No, he wasn't. He didn't say nothing about. No, it was this. He was dissing on AJ.
Oh yeah, he's been dissing AJ for a little while now.
I'm thinking, but that shit ain't started happening until after the wife stuff. That's why I'm thinking he might have did smash his wife.
Boy, that's deep if he did, boy. Smash his wife.
Yeah, that is deep. I'll go in on him too if he smashed my wife.
I wouldn't.
You know what I'll do if he smashed my wife? If he ever do fight Wilder, I'll be a Wilder corner. That shit be funny as hell.
My wife, I'm not gonna say shit to the
Nah, we wouldn't, cause we like fuck that girl. Let her have it. That's how
I ain't getting over there so he can.
So that made you look like That made you kind of look like a bird if you want to.
Yeah.
You just leave the girl alone. She wasn't meant for you.
He's still with us, so.
Yeah.
Me personally, you get smashed by another dude, I'm getting out of it.
Yeah. I know some dudes that let their girl. I know a dude that let their girl do that and had his girl get money out the door. I know some dudes that do that though.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, you basically pimping your girl off.
Strange world at times, bro. Very strange world. God is a strange dude.
That was funny though. Seemed like, yeah. He's scared. What you say? He's scared Wilder gonna knock him out. That's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah. I'll send you the interview when we get off the thing. I gotta find out.
I think I might have seen it, man. I might have seen it.
I'm like, but that was like recent. I ain't talking about the old one. I'm like, no, this dude, yeah, AJ hit that girl. And AJ made a little comment when they asked him, he like, it wasn't me. He did it like the song. He did it sarcastically.
He said he likes big women, big double. That's what AJ said. Like,
yeah, that's what most do. That's what I would say if I smashed somebody's girl. I didn't do it. I like girls, but I really did smash a girl. I've done that before. Lie.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta lie. You know what I mean? I remember I was a kid. I banged one dude.
Evidently, he found some evidence that support that. He probably found a phone or something laying around. You never know.
When I was a kid, I was hitting this thing. And a fucking boyfriend was a rugby player. And somehow he was a phone number. I was told, you better go back there. I didn't know you. I said, well, I don't know you. I don't know you, man. You phoned me before. You don't phone the number again, man. You phoned me before. How you get my number? You know what I mean?
Dude called me before. I like, look, my daddy told me never turn down pussy and money. If she come over here, I'm a skinner, cuz.
Turn down pussy and money.
That's what my daddy said. My daddy a different dude.
I like that one, man. Yeah, man. That's a real.
Well, you better get mad with her.
Like I was stroking. I was stroking the shit.
Yeah, like she come over here, I'm going over in her.
I'm a teenager. You think I ain't gonna stroke it? I'm stroking it right.
I'll be like, yo, you just gonna have to get mad because I'm going deep every time she come over here.
I mean, I'm stroking it right. You better do this. Boy, you better go take the work back.
And I got a sarcastic sister here. When you say you hit my girl, I'm like, hell yeah, you see how fat her ass is?
That's what I should say. Yeah, that's what I should have said to him. I mean, Mr. Ducky says, "Wow, I'm a Chicago shit." Oh shit!
If he dies, he dies. He said that before. He said that too.
Yeah, he said that to Brazil.
Yeah.
I can look at you. I can hear your heartbeat thumping. I can kill you.
He sound like Curtis Blow at that press conference, though.
Wow,
yeah, well, it sound like Curtis Blow.
You see, 1 foot of treble, 2 points.
I'm gonna kill Brazil. Here comes the brain.
D.L. Benuti. Wilder has mentioned killing someone in the ring several times. How is he?
Yeah, but we might not like it, but what that shit said on boxing scene, that was one of the damn headlines. Keep doing that shit. To say he ain't really like he ain't say no like he'll rape his girl. He said I killed the dude. He supposed to talk like that though. Mike Tyson said that shit before nobody said it when Mike said
it. You know what the difference is?
What?
If he was fighting for the undisputed championship, and he was saying, "That's fair enough," but you're turning down $100 million, saying you're this big killer, and like.
But Mike did that to Ferguson beats when he fought Jesse Ferguson. He said, "I want to push his brain through his. I want to push his nose through his brain."
Yeah, he same thing he said to Ruddock. I'm going to kill him. I mean, if he doesn't die, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay, but Mike was fighting all the top dudes. At least back it up. If you're going to be a killer, back it up at least. Fight AJ and tell him you're going to kill him. I mean, more interested in that. AJ already beat Brazil.
Now, Beats, you see how I'm talking? I'm not biased like you see other people. They just defend Wilder. I'm defending both of them. When you talk to me, I defend both of them because I like boxing. I ain't really got no.
Listen, if he talk that shit to AJ, that'd be good because at least we get.
Yeah.
See what? See, if you're gonna talk like that, take the 40 mil and say, "Yo, I'm coming to kill AJ. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna put him in the grave." I don't mind. At least we're getting our fight. You know what I mean? But you're talking about killing Brazil, someone who AJ's beat for peanuts. So it don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Don't really make sense.
Yeah, that I'm gonna say something too. You know that guy that put up said Fury got knocked. You know all these clips are going around said Fury got knocked out in sparring. That wasn't Fury either. I just saw the video. That wasn't Fury.
I didn't want Fury. He's asking why hasn't it been fined for mentioning people that got been killed so much. Yeah, but who's gonna find him though? That's the thing.
Yeah, you gotta go find everybody because he ain't the first person to sign. You can't fire him for that. Then nobody should say nothing because a lot of people said worse stuff to that.
If it was like UFC, then he could possibly get fined if it was against their code of conduct. But he doesn't fight for no brand. The WBC can't find him. They can strip him. They can't find him.
Yeah, they ain't find Mike Tyson. James Toley threatened to do worse shit than this. James Toley said he gonna shoot somebody at the press conference.
Yeah. Mr. Duck says,
man said you gonna shoot somebody. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mr. Duck says Brazil is a tough bastard. It needs to be tough. He says Brazil needs to knee him on the inside, headbutt, dislocate his shoulder in the clinch.
Nah, he don't need to do all that.
Man,
I think
I'm fighting hard. I'm gonna be fighting him. I'm fucking like a dog.
I think you're gonna tie him up. I think that's gonna the weight difference. If he don't catch him, I don't think Wilder don't catch him early. I think it's gonna be a rough fight.
If I even contemplate dying, I have to be looking at to kill him first. If he's gonna talk that kid, I have to be looking to kill him first. Right. There's no man's life worth more than me taking his before mine if he threatens to kill him. There's no man.
He need to go do something if he gonna kill somebody, he need to kill Big Baby Miller. Big Baby Miller say his wife is leftovers.
Christian Lewis says, I don't think so. Khan's wife looks like a tranny. Do you like a tranny? I don't think so.
She don't look nothing like when the lights go off. She don't look like nothing. Shit.
I think you guys are joking about what you do with like tranny.
They always say somebody look like a tranny. They say she ugly. Don't say everybody look like a man. She don't look like no damn man.
Yeah, she don't look like no tranny, man. She got no tranny.
Yeah, she don't look like no man.
No tranny.
That's why all dudes say she look like a dude. No, she don't look like no dude.
She don't look like no dude. I don't think no dude.
I remember dudes used to say that to keep me from having sex with certain girls' beats.
Yeah, people say anything, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you give them a chance to bang the pussy, though.
Then they hit the first.
Yeah, they in like a shot. They say all that shit. You give them a shot of the panani, boy. You know what I mean? They're in like Flynn.
Yeah, I seen a guy make fun of this girl because she was overweight. She lived like on the same street as me. Guess what I seen coming out her back door?
Happened to me. I'm kidding. That happened to me.
Seen coming out the back door. I'm like, yo, you was just joking at school talking about she fat. You just coming out putting this coat on. Didn't want nobody to see him over there. I caught his ass.
Although I mean that was some of my like the dudes I was hanging when I was a kid, but they didn't get no panani from her. But they always said, "Oh yeah, you girls too fat, yeah, but you're trying to fuck her though."
Yeah, they be doing that. They'll call somebody fat, make fun of them, then they smash them.
They tried to smash, but they ain't get to smash. But fuck it. I see. That's what I learned from a long time is not to get caught up. Never get caught up with dudes and their opinions because like most men, I mean, all of us, we do a lot of fronting just to get through the day. We'll say certain things. Yeah. I mean, I don't do this. I don't like that. I don't fuck that. Oh, she's this, that. Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of dudes that say they ain't fucking nothing, they ain't getting no pussy anyway.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't do that. You ain't getting nothing anyway. Shut up.
Paul says Joshua left the pussy hanging around like a wizard's sleeve.
People funny as hell in your comment section too.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Yeah.
I seen.
It was cracking up.
I seen old boy came back from how his nobody hits harder than life.
Is he real?
I seen him in one of your last videos. He commented. I ain't see him say that since so for a minute.
Boy, yeah, Khan fucking went in on Brooke about the gay shit, didn't he? he attacked Brooke hard about the gay shit, bro. Like, fucking hell, man.
I'll attack him too. Well, you always give dude chocolate brownies, man. What's wrong with you?
Chocolate brownie. The brownie shit is weird. It's weird as fuck.
Yeah, because I remember when Spitz came up there, Spitz said, "What is this chocolate brownie stuff?"
Yeah.
Spitz like that shit.
Yeah.
What did Kell Brook do to Khan? I mean, that dude hates that guy.
Because Khan has looked like a ducker since he never took the fight, and everybody always mess with him over there about that fight. So
people ask me, "What's this chocolate brownie thing you guys in Britain?" No, that ain't me. That's Kell Brook. That's what I mean.
Trying to lump you in.
Yeah.
I don't like Nate Campbell trying to turn that shit into some racist. I'm like, what the hell you talking about, Nate Campbell?
Yeah, he went like, yeah.
He told Aaron Spence he gonna give him a chocolate brownie. Dude even told him he be there. Nah, you getting that messed up.
It's about the punch. You say, you can't tell another black man it's racist. What are you doing? Kell Brook is hard back. You know,
that's. I was gonna say that I was a little bit confused.
When I first heard that shit, to me it ain't sound like nothing racist. To me, it kind of sounded like a little kind of gay.
It sounded
anything. That was my first impression.
Yeah. It sounded homo as fuck.
Yeah, kind of like, what the fuck? Name your point something else. Why don't we give you some chocolate brownies? I'm like, that's something I say to a broad.
Yeah. Chocolate brownie. Yeah, it sounded gay. It sounded suspect as hell.
Yeah, I like, man, change the name of that punch. That shit you don't give no man no chocolate brownie. Earl Spence facial expression when he said his ass, I said, what? The reason I was sending you that chop video, Beats, because he kept saying some gay stuff in that video to Zab. And Zab said, what? What you just say?
Chop is a bit suspect, isn't it?
Yeah, he said, he told Zab on that video he gonna give him a golden shower. Zab said, why would you say that to another man?
Give you a golden, I wouldn't fight him.
And the dude, if you read the comments, the dude, because it was on Instagram live video, they were going live talking shit to each other. The dudes in the comments said, yo, chill out, man. Chill out. Chop, that shit sound gay.
Yeah. I say, no, I'm pulling out, bro. And he'd probably react to that. Oh, you pull out.
And he said something gay before that. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, dodgy.
Then he talking about, Zab was a nurse. I seen that video. He said, yeah, you could give me what'd he say? Something like you can give me CPR on my butt nut on my nuts. I like, dude, what the fuck? That don't even sound tough.
No, Chop, stop it, bro.
Chop clothes, man. Some of the clothes he wears a bit dodgy.
Yeah, he used to design what's that called? Lingerie. He was a lingerie designer. He was trying to design lingerie. Zab was talking about when he fought at the press at the wing, he threw some panties in him.
Wait.
He did throw panties on it. He threw.
You're saying he was a women's underwear designer.
Yeah, he was. He sold clothes. That's why he make his out. He used to make his own outfit sometimes.
Oh shit!
That's why Beats probably there's a wrong like when he's saying all this gay shit. He used to do the woman's clothes and he used to wear some of them too.
Yeah, that starts to explain a few things, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that shit, you keep saying that to Zab, that shit looking weird.
Looking weird. It is weird. It's fucking weirdo as fuck.
No, what's funny is if you watch that live video, you gotta look at the comments in that on Instagram live. The dude told Zab, man, Zab, why wouldn't he fight him? He said they go to show.
I'm putting that in the high fight.
Dudes were like, yo, man, what's wrong with you?
And they can't be getting paid too much.
No, they were going in there. They were like, if you feel that way, take winner, take all. Zab was serious in that video, Beats. He said, I'm telling you right now, when we signed this contract, I better not catch you nowhere. Because he said, we beat your ass in D.C. They fought, like he zapped them, jumped them in D.C. He said, you a fag. We beat your ass. You left your man there. We stomped your man out and we hit him with chairs and you ran.
What's that picture about? What does that mean after you beat Google Cousins? Look at it. We so close up there.
Hit
him with chairs and start.
Yeah, they caught.
To sound like pro wrestling.
They caught one. They caught Chop Chop. They caught Chop Chop. It was on Chop Chop only had. It was him and another dude. They caught Chop Chop somewhere, and they Chop Chop got away with. They beat Zab and then beat his friend up. Zab entourage and Zab Judah beat his friend up real bad.
He's a big look how close he is behind McCluskey, man.
Who? Send me the picture. Hold on, I gotta see this picture. Hold on, Beats. I gotta fix my phone where I can see
hell
this.
No!
Who's that?
That's gotta be Photoshop, Beats.
Show that picture. Show it, Beats. I can see it.
Gotta be Photoshop.
Man, what the fuck is that?
That's hard. No.
Man, he gay. I'm Zab right.
Yeah, he's over the line.
Because when Zab said he found out, he like to find out shit about his opponents when they fight. Zab said he found out he did women's clothes. Zab said at the weigh-in, he threw some Victoria's Secret bag at him with some underwear, and he said, Chow Chow picked the bag up and kept it. He said most boxers would have been like, you throwing panties at me? I don't wear that shit. Get the fuck out of here. He said Chop Chop picked the shit up and kept it.
He's a bit sus. He can fight though.
Yeah. A lot of gay dudes can fight. Look at Emil Griffin.
Yeah, Emil can fight, bro. Emil can fight.
And Kasi Umu keep going to gay clubs and knocking out dudes in their apartments. I don't know what's that about.
Right. I mean, credit. He's married though.
Yeah. My cousin gay was married. Beats it.
Is that what's that? The Egyptian look?
What the hell? Yeah. Look it up, or I think you could Google it. He used to do women's clothes.
Suspect.
Yeah, man, because he was talking to Zab. That's why I said that video. You gotta watch it. He trying to talk junk, but he talking junk crazy.
I think the evidence on Chop Chop is way, way past suspicious Beats. I think we're way past.
You don't talk. Beats, I ain't never heard no man talk trash like Chop Chop Cordy talk trash.
Yeah.
You say, yeah, you a nurse. I want you to give me CPR on my balls. Why you want somebody to put their mouth on your balls for?
Because he's gay. Simple as that.
What the hell? I'm like, man, don't talk trash no more. Your trash is disturbing me. Your trash talk is disturbing me.
Yeah, for definite.
Sam said, man, stop.
The other one, because he's the other one again, man. Full front. Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh yeah, I know who put that in the chat that time when we first. I'm like, why you put that in? I don't want to see that shit.
That shit disgusting, man. Disgusting. Use that back.
Yeah. He beat up a dude in a barbershop for calling him gay. That shit. I'm like, you are gay though. Why you beating him up for?
The McCluskey fellow is he gonna never.
Yeah, I ain't never seen nobody do that before. Broner used to. I used to be disturbed when Broner used to hump people in the ring.
Oh yeah, that's very distressing.
I'm like, what does that even mean? Why are you doing that? That ain't tough.
I mean, what is that?
What you trying to say? They don't look like you tough. They look like you want to. They look like you trying to hump them. They don't look nothing like you tough.
Yeah, Madonna's still beating your ass, Broner. What is?
Then Madonna grabbed her. Then Madonna turned around and hung him. I'm like, what is this shit, man?
Yeah, broke that mountain championship, bro. I mean, yeah. And Madonna came back and
I'm like, you don't do gay for gay.
yeah.
Are you a fruit pop?
Marcus. Right.
I thought you watched that video. You gotta watch that video. It was funny though. I'm like, what? I was disturbed.
Why are they still fighting, man?
It's Chop Chop asking for the fight. He be on beats. He be stalking. He been stalking Zav for 3 years. 4 now. No, 4 years. And Zav trash talk. Zav said, man, I was chilling. You the one keep hitting me up. He said, man, you ain't need no boxer no more. He said, they just fly you all over the country. You a punching bag. They fly you to Jamaica, UK. You just a punching bag. Your boxing record look like a social security number.
Christian Lewis said, Cosmo was like Michael Jackson.
Come what?
Cosmo was like Michael Jackson.
Man.
The said Beats don't do chop chop like that.
He doing himself like that. Beats ain't do shit to him.
He done himself, exactly.
Don't blame that gay shit on Beats. Beats ain't do nothing to him. He's doing that shit himself. Beats ain't telling him to say that shit.
Suspect. He's a bit suspect.
I said I'm done with suspect. Dude's gay.
Yeah, there's no way you could defend what he said though. How you gonna defend that shit? You can't explain what he's saying. How you gonna tell somebody give you CPR on their face on your nuts? Then you said all kind of gay shit. You said about 10 gay shit on that video I put up there last night.
What's happening there? What's happening there? Josh Taylor. See Josh Taylor. Where's the story?
Josh Taylor.
Where's the story? Let's click it here. Oh shit! Capital believes. Oh right. Yeah. You can't fucking beat Josh Taylor, Jack Carroll. You could be out of your fucking mind.
Oh man, he lost his mind.
Yeah. I could beat Josh.
Who's that? Who's that beat?
Jack Carroll, this British black welter. You reckon?
Oh, I've heard of him. Okay.
Nah, he can't.
He need to have several seats.
You must really be running out of stories, Bucks. He used to post out.
Yeah. Why would you put? That's a waste of space.
Yeah.
If they sent that shit from Jack, I wouldn't even. All right, Lo, we can't put this on our website because I already know you're gonna get punched up. So I'm not putting it. You gotta give me like 50,000 to put that up. Cause I ain't gonna put up because you gonna punch it back. I ain't gonna put that up on my site because I know boxing. I know you're gonna get your ass whooped. You gotta pay me extra. You just wasting my time.
Dave Allen says Lucas Brown won't be knocking him out on Saturday.
I agree with him.
He says he respects Lucas.
I got David Allen winning the fight. I already told you.
And he won't be falling victim to it. He said the last thing I worry about is power. He said that's because I can take not because I can take a good shot, even though he can. He said because people say he hasn't got a good defense, but he said he's got a great defense. He says he sees every shot coming, even the ones he takes clean in the face. He says he knows they're coming. He says Brown,
Beats.
Sorry. So Lucas Brown, if he's planning to beat with power, might as well stay in Australia because there's zero chance of him getting knocked out. Brown, former WBA champion, 24 stoppages, 28 wins, can clearly punch. Is far from advisable, therefore, for anyone to stand in front of him and test their chin or assume they can't be hurt by the shots he throws. Yeah, I don't think he should hang his chin.
Who was that guy that knocked Dave Allen through the ropes?
Oh, what, Ortiz or
no.
Ortiz
Dave Allen.
went a distance.
Yoka.
No, there was some other guy that punched him up though.
Well, you can say he went a distance with Dillian. Did he go distance with Dillian White?
Yeah, he went a distance.
Yeah. And Ortiz. That was the most
recent. Ortiz stopped him.
It was later though. He didn't stop him early because Ortiz was a little bad in that fight. That's why people like when the first Wilder fight was first announced. A lot of people thought Wilder was going to kill him.
Ortiz, he's a good fighter, but got to put it in perspective. He's had some performances that are less than exhilarating.
Yeah, that David Allen fight, he didn't look good at all in that fight.
I didn't one bit. I did the Travis Kaufman fight.
Yeah, that was bad, but he dropped him though.
Feet are slow, bro. I didn't realize his feet were that slow.
I thought he looked worse than the Kaufman fight. At least he stopped Allen. It was like the very last minute he stopped Kaufman.
Yeah.
And like you said, even Dillian went the distance with Dave Allen.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, put Dillian and Ortiz in there together, man. That'd be good. That'd be a good fight. Huh? Okay, there's much more going on. What is going on? Yeah. Khan beats Crawford, boy. When we call out Earl Spence, I think he will. I think he will. Can't call out Earl Spence, boy.
If Khan beats Crawford, that would be beyond shocking. I'm sorry.
Tom says, to be fair, Kelly's a bit sus. Sort of got Spence Bud not fighting. Spence not the firm. I hear what you said. Josh Taylor lives in Acton. I've seen him on the 207 bus. Serious? Okay. Khan is still probably shagging everyone apart from his wife. I saw him. Khan. Khan's a strange dude.
Yeah. Khan's a certified weirdo.
You see him on a 207 bus in Acton, Josh Taylor. Good at that. Still be taking the bus? Depends. He ain't no massive. A couple of fights out of Channel 5. But maybe see, that's the thing. He might He might not even be able to drive. He might not want to waste all that money out on a whip yet. I mean, I don't know. He might be investing in other things. Just because people have got all that money, don't mean they're doing that for the same thing. He's comfortable with the bus, then use the bus or the train. Why not? Why not? It does the same job. I know. You're joking. You saw him on the 207 in Acton. I'm just trying to picture it. Good enough. Good enough. All right. We dried out on topics now. We will dry it up. What is saying? Conversation. Yeah, the WBSS is still happening. The OGN is still happening. The Quiggers gym is in Battersea. Oh, it is? Must have a few gyms in. Got a new gym? Then again, Acton is, how far is Acton from Battersea? Not too far from Battersea, South London. Acton is west. Yeah, it's probably still not that far though.
The WBSS that's still on the boxing scene schedule. What do they got coming up next? Pro Grey and Relic on the 27th.
Yeah, it's still there. But Barashnik is a bit tricky though, because he's saying that he doesn't want to go to Scotland, him and his manager, but they might have a legal obligation. If they don't take the fight, they might keep the belt, but it's all down to court.
That one's still on the schedule too, May 18th in Scotland. Taylor and Branchick.
It's penciled in, but they're saying that there's a lot of talk that they're not going to go to Scotland to fight.
It'd be a bit late in the. It'd be, you know what I mean, a bit late to be pulling out, but I guess it could happen.
Well, I don't think it's recent. I think they've been saying it for a long time.
Yeah, I've heard it was on then off or off then on, whatever. I've heard that too. But
what they're saying, they might have to get a replacement for him. But the problem is, he has a belt though, doesn't he? So it's keep. If they lose a belt at the tournament, it's going to devalue the tournament. So,
yeah,
there might be a legal something in the contract there where he can't keep the belt if he pulls out. And I hope that does happen if he pulls out.
Yeah, they'll probably just replace him and make it for the vacant title, huh?
Yeah. I don't. If he pulls out, that's up to him. But leave the belt in the tournament. Got in the tournament.
And if I remember right, that on the undercard of the Pro Grey Relic fight, it's going to be Dorticos and Tabiti.
Oh yeah.
Looking forward to that too.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see Tabiti. I've never seen Tabiti in a real good performance. So hopefully that can bring something up. Is he any good? Because I watched
hard to say. This is going to be his best opponent, I think.
I saw him against Steve Cunningham, man. I wasn't that impressed at all.
Yeah, I mean he wins, and I can't complain, but yeah, he doesn't overwhelm, does he?
Oh yeah, right. Okay, get the tube. Yeah. I was saying, man, it's a long route, man. We're Acton to Battersea, bro. On the bus. It take you ages to get to training. On the tube, yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean? Tube is cool, yeah. Get the oyster, you know? Get the oyster, my boy.
We got Granados against Danny Garcia this weekend. You reckon that could be any good, Beats?
Yeah, I've got Granadas. I'm going for Granadas.
Yeah, Granados will probably win, but not win.
Yeah, maybe you might get a decision this time though. If Danny stops.
Well, I was saying the other day that Danny, I think it's the kind of Granados is the kind of fighter that kind of forces you to knock him out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially and Danny might stop him, but he might need to stop him because it's that style thing. He's a low output counter puncher against a high volume pressure fighter. Granados throws a lot of punches.
But if Danny can look good in this, I have to give him credit. I have to give him credit good, you know?
Oh yeah, Granados, even if you beat him, Granados is not. He's hard to look good against, isn't he?
Oh yeah. Very hard to look good against, man. It's a good fight. It's a good fight. Definitely a good fight. And it's free. But it's free boxing, you know? No spending, just on television.
Yeah, we got 3 solid weeks coming up, beats starting this weekend. We got 2 good fights this week, or decent fights at least. The weekend after, we got the Estrada Rongvasai and Prograis Relic. And then, Easter Bartholomew. I had forgotten about that one on the 27th also. And the week after that, Jacobs Alvarez, Better Be against Hot Rod.
Hot Rod! Back in
Yeah.
Hot Rod.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. That'll be Better Be's best opponent, I think. And Better Be's shown a bit of vulnerability in that. Was it Callum Johnson had him on the floor?
Who knows, man? Could be Hot Rod's night, man. Hot Rod's night. Never know. It's a good weekend. It's a decent weekend. Some good fights coming up, man. So can't complain. All right. I think at this stage here, we'll get out of here. I ain't gonna drink no more wine though.
You gotta cut yourself off there, Pizza.
Yeah, man. I mean, no more wine. I don't normally drink this early, but come in for the whole day. Why that? Yeah.
I'm Irish, Pizza. There's no such thing as too early.
No.
My granny, no bullshit. My granny used to put some Irish cream whiskey in her coffee.
Yeah, so good. All right, people. I enjoyed it. Picked up. Peace.